All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Carlos, good morning, and welcome to what I am calling Cybergeddon Friday.
Yeah.
It's cyber cryptocurrency meltdown. It's the day has come. I kept saying,
man. It's happening. It's happening.
Just yesterday, we were saying it wouldn't look good if crypto dropped, and overnight somebody was listening to me, and crypto has dropped. Ah, yes, and Raph has noticed. I'm digging out shirts out of the bottom of my closet here, and I am with the evil warlord turtleneck. I'm here to take over the world.
Yeah. It's definitely looking very, very interesting out there, man. I saw crypto was like at 84. Was it 84 that I saw this morning? I'm not sure what is
lower than that.
Then. Is it lower than that now? Oh,
yeah. It's 83.3 right now. It hit a low of like 80 earlier, so early in the morning. But
yeah, now we hit that. I saw we hit that in April. In April, we're hanging out around that area. Right? Was it April this year? Did I look at that chart right?
Yeah, we've been here before. I mean, it's not that unfamiliar. It was April. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, April, right? Like end of April. Then from there, climb back up. So, let's see what happens. I think it was just everything. I mean, look at this. Look at this SPY, man. Look at this SPY.
That's a big red bar from yesterday, isn't it?
That's a big red bar. But like you said, Peter, we've been here before. So what makes this any different, right? This candle will make this any different. If we have another red one like this, then we can start thinking about, okay, something might be happening here. But, we've been here before. We had this drop before. Same percentage after hitting all-time highs. And we're at it again here. We did recover. Today should be interesting. The next couple of days should be interesting on what takes place next. Some people are already trying to gloat and say, hey, I told you, recession, bubble. It might be too early for that. But let's see. We don't know. Nobody knows. All right. Quick look at our gappers list this morning, friends. Some stuff in the green, some stuff in the red today. None of the big names are on the list this morning. They're probably a little bit flashy. I do see Google on here. I do see CoreWeave, some of the ones we've been tracking lately on our gappers list and watch list. But for the most part, I don't see the NVIDIAs and the Teslas of the world are not on here. So we'll see what's going on with these. We're very familiar with all of these tickers. I think all of these we have seen at least once or twice. Might have not traded them, but we're familiar with all these tickers. So we'll take a look at what's driving that. And then gapping down, we got some other ones as well. Riot just left the building there. And we'll see what's taking place there. Before we do that, Peter, U.S. economic calendar, what we got going on for this interesting Friday?
Not a lot. We're still in data catch-up mode. And there is a couple pieces of data coming out later this morning, 9:45. We got the S&P Global Manufacturing and Services PMI numbers. The consumer sentiment and wholesale inventories are coming out at 10. Like wholesale inventories, we don't even have a forecast. So it's there's a couple of Fed speakers I didn't even bother putting on the list. Quite frankly, it's going to be a light day for economic data. And you know what? I feel almost... I don't know. I feel like I'm wasting your time telling you about these things every day because it's been weeks, it's been months since the market has paid any attention to economic data. It doesn't care. The market's going to do what it's going to do, and it really doesn't seem to care about economic data right now. I think it'll come back and it'll become relevant again, but for the last little while, it's been very non-correlated.
Yeah, sure has been. All right, friends, let's take a look at this gappers. Let's start looking into it. I do see it growing as things start to get more volume, start hitting above that 200,000 in volume, and then also above or below 2%, right? So let's start with the gap up this morning. NVRI is leading the way today. And as we get in here, let's take a look. NVRI, we are up 37%. This Enviri Corporation. So nice gap up this morning. For the most part, they're very light on volume. Today, in the pre-market alone, they're doing what they normally would do for the entire day, right? Like these are daily candles here, besides these couple of ones here. So again, definitely in play, or at least trading more than their usual volume. I don't like the pre-market as much. The float on this was not a low one at 66 million. Peter, any news that might make this a little more attractive?
Well, they announced a sale of a division of theirs that they're selling to. They're going to sell something called Clean Earth to a company called Veolia for about $3 billion in cash and a taxable spinoff and 33 a third of a share of Enviri per NVRI share that you own. So basically, it's a good deal for them. Shareholders are getting a whole bunch of like a whole list of bonus prizes for the spinoff here of Clean Earth. So yeah, that's why it's jumping up. Unlikely to be tradable. It caused it to pop up. It's a good deal if you're a shareholder. It doesn't mean it's gonna trade well.
Yeah, agreed. Next is LIT light. So LITE, excuse me. This one is up 6.4, 228,000 shares traded. I mean, I don't like what I'm seeing here. I think we might have seen this one in the past. Does not trade very well. Very light volume on the intraday. Again, I think today, um, I don't know, but I'm going back to that list of our usual suspects. So we'll see what we can get out of here. But this is not it. This is not typically something that we will have on the list. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the pre-market action. Any important news, Peter, that might convince us to watch this?
No, not really. I mean, it's momentum. It seems to be moving on the general enthusiasm that we got for AI following NVIDIA's earnings, which NVIDIA, well, I mean, I don't know if we're going to talk, we'll probably talk about it later, but really wasn't that great of a day yesterday. It ended up selling off. And the open was brutal as we had forecast. So stay tuned here. We can sometimes get it right. When I told you you might just see some sideways movement, and that's certainly what happened on Nvidia at the open yesterday. So it did end up selling off, but it took about an hour or so before that finally happened. Anyways, Lumentum, Carlos, we have seen this on the list, occasionally in the past. But I don't see enough on this to make me that interested.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next one here. I see Google's on deck this morning. Now both of them are on here. GOOG and also GOOGL. Right. So let's continue. ASTS. We saw this some time ago. I remember the ticker. Was it maybe last week, Peter? This where you kind of said space, mobile, whatever.
Space, yeah.
Yeah. So they're here again. They're down 5.5. Again, I don't see anything great on it. We always talk about it, but we never really trade it or watch it. We usually find something better to look at. I think today might be that type of day, though they're up. They're up nicely, 5.7. They were down. What's your thoughts, Peter?
Well, yeah, actually, a couple of members of the room are trading this quite effectively this week because they had a focus on it. But apparently, December 15th is going to be a big day for AST Space Mobile as they launch what they're calling the largest commercial communications array ever deployed in low Earth orbit. So they've got a big launch of their Bluebird 6, which is apparently going to be launching 45 to 60 satellites in orbit by the end of 2026. So they got a launch planned every 1 to 2 months. So with the first one happening here on the 15th of December. So maybe we should watch. I don't know. I wonder what time that's happening. Because this would be an interesting stock to watch while the launch is occurring. Because, of course, if the launch goes well, there probably won't be much happening with the stock. If the launch doesn't go well, well, I hate to this feels like a rubbernecker at an accident, but that's basically what would happen. So I don't know. I mean, their launch window is going to be dictated by the weather, not by the markets, but I don't see a time for that launch. So if anybody knows, that'll be interesting, but we'd have to put that on the calendar for the middle of December.
Nice. Hopefully, it's happening during the. Is this happening in the morning? Hopefully, it happens during the intraday. Because it'll be nice to see the stock react. How things go. So, all right. Um, let's see, friends. What else we have here off this Gappers list this morning? Again, brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can come and find all your trading tools that you need to get started. Well designed, especially for our newer members that are looking to get into trading. ONDS is next, and we are up this morning 5.3. We got some good volume, 2.2 million shares traded, as I see here. So looking very nice. Daily also got a little bit of movement back and forth. Typically, I don't like lower price stocks. Nothing wrong with them. I just don't prefer them. You know, there's just not my thing, right? And there's nothing wrong with them. I was going to look at yesterday's action, but you can't give anything credit for yesterday. I mean, yesterday, every single chart looked like this. I mean, this is what it was yesterday. That was it, right? So again, they normally don't trail that well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have them on deck, Peter, but they got good volume today. They're gapping up 5.3. What's the latest and greatest?
I feel like we're recycling a lot of the tickers that we've been looking at over the course of the week, but they do have some news. They have announced a $35 million strategic investment in Performance Drone Works, PDW, to expand their production of next generation combat robotics. I love when you can read a headline and you just feel aggressive reading it. PDW is a leading manufacturer of combat robotics deployed by customers across every branch of the United States military. They're going to produce 100,000 NDAA compliant advanced drone systems per year out of their Factory 01, which is a 90,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Huntsville, Alabama. So, anyways, it's just I just love the thought of combat robotics. I mean, I know it's a thing, but what was that? Wasn't there a movie with Hugh Jackman where he had like they had fighting robots? That's what it makes me think. I picture
Yeah, it was a good
robots.
movie actually. I enjoyed it.
I didn't mind that movie. I mean,
What
the
was it?
concept was you had to get past the concept
Boxing
was a little
something.
corny.
Not iRobot. I want to
Uh,
Google it, but
it was a it was a
still
it was an okay movie. You know, it was a little
right. It was good. It's a good Real Steel. There we go. That's it, Frank. You
Real
got it. Real
Steel.
Steel.
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah, yeah.
it was good. It
Anyways,
was good.
whatever it was. Anyways, when I think combat robotics, I think of robots going out there and punching things. So, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but
Oh
Ondas is
man.
investing in this PDW Performance Drone Works. So I have to
Yep.
admit the thought though of like drones with guns, that's terrifying a little bit. Like actual drones with guns, because you mean you could attack anything, anywhere.
Yeah. Have you
So
seen Sonic? Sonic. All the little bad things are little drones with like heavy machine guns. It's a little wild. So, all right. Let's see here. What else, friends? So I'm gonna skip on this one. It is in play today. Again, for me, it's just a lower price that doesn't really work all that well for me. So again, I'm just gonna keep it off my list for now. All right, let's see here. We're continuing on IonQ. So let's look at some IonQ and some quantum stuff as well. Let's dive into that. I only see IonQ. I don't see our other friends on here. But IonQ this morning, we are up 3.5. Again, everything up slightly, right? Up. It was red this morning, up now, and 1.8 million shares traded. So I don't see anything explosive on this one. Again, just a little bit of bounce like we're getting on the overall market for the most part. And as you can see, even now, look at the gap list, right? The gap down list. Things are just disappearing from there and kind of bouncing back, and they're growing here on the green side of things. So, Peter, I don't see anything great. Anything you like on this one?
no, not really. I mean, JP Morgan initiated coverage of them, so I guess it's good when you get the attention. They pretty much had a very neutral price of about $47. Their rating is actually neutral, meaning if you have it, keep it. If you don't have it, don't buy it. So it's not exactly a glowing report. Um, so yeah, not much to say here. I like you said, I don't see much to like about it from a trading opportunity today.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like it. All right, let's see what else. Man, not a lot that we love here. We are familiar with these tickers, as I mentioned earlier. They're not new. We've seen them in play here and there. I just think that anything up, look at the gap percentage, right? 2%, 2%, 2%. Besides the first couple, 36 and 5. Everything else is just getting that small little bounce. Not really heavy in play. Now, there's some that I do prefer over others. CoreWeave is one of them. That's on here. And of course, Google's going to be another one. So I'm going to look at those two, Peter. Then we'll go to you, see what you like. And then we'll go to our chats because we got nothing gapping down. So let's take a look at first one, CoreWeave, which has been nicely in play lately, obviously with NVIDIA earnings. This thing got going. Today, we do have 1.4 million shares traded. And again, just a pre-market, same situation. A little bit of a drop here. And then coming back, everything looks like this so far this morning. But this is a stock that I do like to watch. So maybe I'm going to throw this one on the secondary list for now. Again, might not be there long depending how things develop here. But I'll throw it on the secondary list. Peter, I doubt there's anything on this, just the bounce from the market.
No, yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any real news on it. So they seem to be mentioned a lot, sort of. In other articles, people just happen to mention CoreWeave in passing, but I don't see any actual news about them.
Yeah, I don't see anything on it. All right, let's move on here. What else? And then the other one I wanted to look at was Google. Let's take a look at Google here because also on the list and which has been trading fairly well, man. Google has been, and I know yesterday, look, and they want to be strong. Like some of these tickers, they want to be strong. Look at Google gapping up into all-time highs yesterday, but unfortunately, the market had other plans. But they had no business going down here. They wanted to go higher. They're in the business of going up, but again, the weight of the overall market was just too much, and everything just had to give in, right? So, but they were gapping up again after having a very strong week here. And they're trading well, man. Very, very clean. So I like what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna have Google on my list today again. So Peter, that's the last one for me. Give me your thoughts on Google, and then what else do you like from the gap up list this morning?
Yeah, Google has been surprisingly good to trade. We did mention it earlier this week. It's been great. Yesterday was another tradable day on it. So it's worth paying attention to. Normally I haven't been a big fan of Google, but it's been good. I don't know how long this is going to last, but take advantage while it does. Other than that, I noticed on the list we did have Rocket Lab. I do like the space stuff. Rocket Lab had some minor good news, I guess. They've completed 2 more launches of their Electron. I think it's called Electron rockets. They've had 18 Electron launches this year with 100% mission success, and in the last 2 days they've made 2 launches from 2 different continents actually in within 24 hours. So there you go. So anyways, they're trying to uh, they further solidifies Electron's industry leadership as the world's most frequently launched small orbital rocket. So I like how everybody's like trying to create these little
World
records and stuff.
leading.
Like
Yeah, I love it.
it's like
Yeah.
the Guinness Book of World Records, where they got world records for things. You're like, really? That's a world record? Most pies hit. Most I don't know, hits in the face by a pie within 2 hours, or I don't know. Like you're like that's not a record. That's just a dumb thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
so good
Yeah.
for them. All right, they're launching lots of again. We're launching so many different companies launching all this stuff into space. I know there's a lot of room up there. We've had this discussion before. Everybody keeps telling me, Peter, it's there's a lot of room. Don't worry about it. But it feels like we're putting a lot of garbage up into the atmosphere. So it's
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening there. Reading to their side a little bit. All right.
Well,
So
Dwayne's
anything else,
willing to
Peter?
talk space with me. That's good. I do like talking space. It's a lot of fun. But anyways, yeah, Rocket Lab. Whether that's going to trade today, Rocket Lab's one of those ones that I like to watch, but it unfortunately doesn't often trade all that well. So, um, anyways, but it's fun. It's space. But yeah,
Yep.
Google's a much better candidate if you wanted to watch something on the list. And then we got all bunch of other stuff. Tesla's been good, really good this week to trade.
Yeah.
No real news. Tesla's been like very quiet, at least news wise, but hasn't stopped them from getting some momentum, some movement here. Nvidia, well, of course, Nvidia hasn't been quiet. They had their earnings, and what a daily candle yesterday, right? I mean that Nvidia was really moving the market yesterday. We know that, and because I mean you just have to look at Nvidia's daily candle and compare that to the daily candle you see on the Q or the SPY. I mean, it's most similar, right? They gapped up overnight with the earnings, and then over the course of the day yesterday, I mean, all you just got big red, right? There's not even any wicks on it really, just top to bottom. They just said, I'm tired. It was too much lifting it up. So, but it is an interesting statement that it really was showing that there were not buyers for Nvidia yesterday. So, despite the decent earnings report, despite the fact that they raised their guidance, it wasn't attracting new buyers. So, it doesn't look like they're getting back over 200 anytime soon. And I don't know. I think today is going to be a quieter day for Nvidia, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Should be interesting. And again, yesterday was not just tech; it was a lot of things taking it on the chin here. So it's yeah, very interesting. Friends, join me in welcoming Sumar. Sumar here, joining our Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So thank you so much, and welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck community. Appreciate you. All right, let's continue, friends. And as we're doing this, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We love to be 450 is our goal, right? As we ramp up into the market open. 450 is where we like to be at. I hit the thumbs up myself, so would love for you to join me there as well. All right, friends. That's it. That's the gap up. That's the gap down. We have AHR continues to come on and off this list. So we have it here again, but this is pure garbage. Like there's nothing to see here. Where's the garbage truck? I gotta get the garbage truck. Like gotta get a hockey for the garbage truck. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's been quiet. Been quiet, the garbage truck. So there it is. Garbage stock. We're not looking at that. Peter, anything else before I go to the chats?
Did you keep a picture of you riding the garbage rig through Wall Street?
Did I download that? Oh man.
I hope so. That was a great one. Whoever made that one.
We got to get that. Whoever made that, please send that to us. Yeah, that was a good one. I don't think I saved it. I was busy running everything, and I might have missed it.
The only problem with I wasn't along for the ride on that, but that's all right.
No, we got to get you. We got to get you. We got to get you in there, man.
It's all right. It's all good. But I just thought it was great how it was you sitting in the garbage truck right in the middle of the trading floor. That was
no, absolutely. We definitely got to get that. I got this one. This is like hockeyed up already. So some of my favorite pictures there. Look at that. That's
who's who. I mean,
who's who? Right?
Who's the CEO of Nvidia and who's me? I mean, how could you tell? Like it's virtually impossible.
Looking great. All right, Peter. As far as the gap down, anything you like today?
I mean, there are a couple of things that are gapping down, but they said didn't make our gappers list because they're not gapping down enough. I noticed that Microsoft and Apple are both just down marginally this morning. Netflix, which had its stock split, brought it into tradable range. There's been so much happening in the market with Nvidia and some of these bigger moves. We haven't really paid attention to Netflix. And it never, I don't know, it hasn't got the volume that I was expecting after the stock split. It's been trading okay. I've been sort of keeping an eye on it from a distance. Like I haven't really been actively watching it during stock trading hours as much. But it's not moving better than some of the other stuff out there. So that's why it hasn't risen to our attention. But I mean, I'm hopeful because I think Netflix would be fun to trade. But anyways, it's relatively quiet. But it is gapping down this morning, along with, I said, Microsoft and Apple. What else we got? Oracle. We haven't talked about Oracle in a while. I can't believe it's still part of the conversation, but it is. And what's most interesting is Oracle, after it had that big, if you look at a daily chart, yesterday had a big move down, but off of a daily chart, if you remember back in September, when they sort of got on the radar and had that big news, and they have now lost all of that and more. They're in fact below where they were at the beginning of the summer. They're back to sort of June levels if you sort of scroll back on the daily, and yeah, it looks like the joy might be over on Oracle from at least that growth perspective. Still though, reasonably tradable, especially if you like stuff that's not as active as some of the things that we watch, or Oracle's not a bad candidate. So still part of the trading conversation, I believe. Other than that, Carlos, yeah, it's I think it's going to be a day to just wait and see what the market gives us. I don't know if the market's going to show signs of exhaustion today and it's going to take it easy. I mean, it has been a pretty big week. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of activity, really, and sometimes we get these Fridays where the market just sort of takes a pause and takes a deep breath and doesn't do all that much. So I'm hoping we get something of interest, but because I haven't been able to trade. I mean, I can acknowledge it's a big day, but like yesterday was a big trend day, and I didn't really get any good trades because I'm a reversal trader, and there was no reversals happening. It was just down and more down. So Wednesday was good for me. Yesterday, not so good.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. All right, yeah. Yesterday for me was brutal, man. And again, I had three trades, but if we look here, let's take a look. I want to show you. Since we got a little bit of time, we're well ahead of schedule. I took a screenshots of my trades here, and it was just wild to see. So take a look at this. Let me see if I could get in a better screen here. And I was just like, oh man, look at that.
So
Like if you this is my trade up here, my little easy busy trade. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. Oh, it's a little bit
blow it
small.
up, make it bigger.
Yeah, how do I make it bigger?
Plus sign or scroll wheel.
Yeah, I'm doing both. It's not working. Okay, I
Uh-huh.
gotta figure out how to fix
Okay.
that. All right,
All right.
but yeah, basically you see my little bit of entry, and then you see this
Scroll.
huge drop. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just on
You
both
know,
Tesla and I think Nvidia. Same thing on both of them. Like, wow, man,
yeah,
just wild.
that can happen a lot in trading, can it? Where you can have a trade that you felt really good about until you see the chart later, right? And then
Oh,
because you got to move and you were happy with the move, but then you see you left 90% of the move behind.
yeah,
I've had that so many times. I think most of us have if you've traded anything, right? But
yeah, yep,
that's one of the reasons why I always leave like 10% behind, just so that I can be along for the ride if it really drops. But
yeah,
in any
yeah.
event, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it can be painful. So,
I agree. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Yeah. Let me see. I
oh
can
my goodness,
open it.
it's getting worse out there. Oof.
What's snow? You snowing already?
It's not snow. We actually have freezing rain today. It's garbage day here, Carlos. So I put up my
Oh,
garbage before the market, and it's one of those where my driveway is, I'll call it mildly sloped down towards the road, and
yeah,
I literally stepped out of the garage onto the driveway, and I didn't even know it was raining. I should have known by how smooth everything looked, but I literally just stepped on the driveway and slid. Like I just didn't move my feet, and I slid all the way down to the bottom of the
yeah.
driveway. I'm like, all
Oh
right,
man, it's dangerous.
here I am with the
Gotta be
garbage.
careful. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So yes, so here it is, right? We went long for the VI breakout, didn't get it. We got stopped out, and then we went short, got a partial, stopped out of break even, retested the V up, and then look at this massive drop. I'm just like, wow. That
Oh
is
yeah.
I was not
Oh
along
yeah,
for the
baby.
ride on that one. So it was a tough day. And if you look at the overall market, it's like the first I want to say the first hour, maybe half hour where was tough. Then it just
Oh
becomes,
yeah.
highway to hell, right? So if you had a rough day yesterday, I felt like everybody make money except me. Trust me, you're not the only one if you had a rough day. A lot of us did not get the big move there. So
Well, even the trade master Andrew struggled a lot with Nvidia.
yeah,
You saw his trades. He had I think four big losses on Nvidia. Just would not cooperate. So it wasn't easy yesterday. I mean, if you caught that downward move, there's a couple of stocks you can look at and you say, oh my God, like it just leaked and kept going. AMD was actually a much easier trade because I was watching it. It basically sort of went under the VWAP right at the open and then retested a couple of times and then said, all right, well that's not working, and off it went. And a huge move, $20 move yesterday. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. I that's why I think we're gonna get sort of a quieter day today.
yeah.
You know
If
what?
we get
Actually,
another
what we
drop
should
like
look at
yesterday, it'll
is
be crazy.
what is
Hmm.
MSTR doing and coin and all of these crypto related. Now that crypto's melting down. Yeah, see
Uh,
MSTR has been on a downturn for a couple of months now.
Yeah, it
Uh,
hasn't been doing so hot, and it's down today again. You know, watching these will be interesting. I mean, they don't normally move a lot during the week, right? Although this week's been a little bit different. We've seen a lot of movement, but
th-
will be interesting this weekend
yeah.
when we come Monday, man. How is this going to look? You know?
This is a
So
pretty big drop, though. Remember yesterday, at this time, crypto was 91,000 and holding. Now to
yeah,
drop to 81,000, right? I mean, that's a good 12%. I mean, it's bounced back to 83. We're at 83.8 right now, but still, that's a big sell-off. This is, I think, the danger zone for this is Bitcoin, of course, I'm talking about, but a danger zone for Bitcoin prices. And how about all those companies? Maybe we should look at all those companies that declared they were doing these treasury strategies, right? Whether they had Solana or Tether or Bitcoin or whatever they were being a treasury of, you know, that's not looking so hot today.
yeah,
So
yeah. These companies are definitely not looking good. Now, if you're in crypto or anything like that, are you concerned right now? Are you worried? Because me and Peter are not in it. We're not in the trenches with you. You know, seeing the shots fly over our heads, so we don't know how bad it is there. Is this bad? Is this really bad, or is this like, don't worry about it, we're fine? What do you guys? What the people that are really involved would love to hear the comments here. Again, if you know what's happening, if you just hate crypto, then you're just gonna say no, it's bad. But if you actually know how it works, is this okay,
right.
right? So I want to see what people say here. But as far as the gappers list, I mean, we are set. I got Google here. I'm gonna ask some more usual suspects. I'm gonna throw in Tesla. Okay, I'm seeing it's ugly. I invested a ton in it. Okay. Let's see Tesla. What else we like, Peter? We like Tesla. We talked about Nvidia, of course. And which crypto type play are you gonna watch here as far as equities, Peter?
Crypto play. Mara is usually one of the ones I go to, and MSTR more recently. But I don't actively watch any of them. I just flip them every once in a while, or if somebody in the chat room mentions them, then I'll
Hmm.
pick them up. But yeah, I don't. As you say, intraday, it doesn't seem to matter what's going on. They don't trade all that well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't see them trading all that well either, so I don't see nothing
I,
great there. So
Robin Hood is maybe one that you can watch. It's not really a crypto play because they have so much other stuff going on, but I mean they're a partial crypto play, I guess. But
yeah.
um,
Yeah. Hood could be good, and maybe I'll put down a secondary for now. And I think that'll be my list. Again, there's nothing really heavy in play. It's just the overall market sliding down and things moving alongside it. So if you look at our gappers list, there's nothing really major that's saying, "Hey, we're in play. We have our own news coming up here." We have Gap. Gap is probably earnings, right? I mean, that's the only time we see these people do something, because it was a heavy retail clothing type retail week. You had Walmart. You had, let's not forget, I know Nvidia took the spotlight, but we had Walmart. We had Target. We had Lowe's, Home Depot, and Gap. I'm sure it's probably one of these companies that's reporting or something. So, but again, it's just, yeah. Look at the after hours trade yesterday. It says that definitely earnings. I mean, this company doesn't move like that. Yeah, just don't see anything great on it. All right, friends, we'll stop here. Let's go to chats. We got a little bit of time. Let's go to chat. See what you guys like. Anything that is in play this morning, you keeping an eye on. And Monique says, I've been in crypto since 2021. I don't think it's so bad, but I do think it's going to go lower. Okay, yeah, there you go. And people, Salim, our good buddy, agrees with that as well. Okay, there it is. It's bad for the person that bought at 120. It's bad for
yeah,
them. The person that just got in, like they just got in at 120. Yeah, they're feeling the crunch right now. So hopefully that's not any
yeah,
of
they're
you
not
guys
so
there.
happy.
They're not so happy.
That'll be
Hell
a
no.
third of their net worth or the value of that
Mm,
investment has disappeared on them. So
yeah, it's tough.
yeah.
Netflix. I think Netflix will have to give it a little more time. As far as it in play today, I don't really see it. I think it's wrapping itself around here, but it is getting more volume though. Now that could just be because the overall market after they're split here, they are getting more volume. So I'm looking forward to see how this looks a little bit later after things come down with the overall market and see if it's going to be a regular player for us, right? We'll see. Newer price, more attractive price here, but we'll have to see how it looks in a couple of days here. All right. What else? BMR, BMNR. What we have here? No, not again. Overall market movement. I don't see anything great on the daily. It's just getting destroyed. Pre-market action. We got 5.6 million shares traded. This is sitting. Oh, I forget. This one is in the American Stock Exchange. Personally, I prefer stuff not on the American Stock Exchange unless it's like the SPY or something else in that nature. I prefer things on the Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange. But American Stock Exchange, I'm not a big fan of. The price action is a little bit different. They still give good volume, but they don't move a whole lot. And you can see that here, how small these dailies are. So just be careful with it. It does have a great pre-market activity, but I don't see anything that stands out on this one. All right, let's do one more. Let's do Meta. Actually, two more. Meta and SNDK. Meta this morning, again, just nothing special, right? Nothing special. Pretty much market movement. SNDK. What do we have here? Same. I mean, I could literally leave my writing on here, and I think a lot of stuff is gonna match that because if we look at this guy here, look at the lines, just fall right into it. I mean, whatever ticker you give me is probably gonna fall into this. MU, same thing, right? Nvidia. That just tells you when the market has a hold on everything right now. So the overall market, Google. There you go. How about Walmart? Something that's not. Yeah, see, Walmart's just garbage. It's just not getting anything. They had a good day yesterday from their earnings here, but for the most part, it's just after earnings actually, and then for the most part, not doing a whole lot today. So that's my list. It's gonna be really tight, man. Google, Tesla, Nvidia. Got CoreWeave and I got Hood, and we'll see what we add as we move closer to the market open, what starts getting volume. What I am going to be looking at today is a great day for this right here, tradingterminal.com, because I am going to be looking at these scanners. So let me show you what I have here. So if you click on scanners, you can have a couple of different setups. This is my pre-market layout, right? So usually you're just seeing this. Let me get this moving. There we go. You're just seeing, how come it does that? Okay, there it is. You're just seeing this part over here, but you have your news, you have everything else on here, you have your charts, you have more information on there that's available to you, right? You can also put the gappers list together. So instead of having two different, you can put it together into one. Right, that could save you a little bit more space. And I love this little red thing over here. If you have this little red thing, you can tie it into this, make this red. And what it does is when you click on these little things, look at that. You get the news for that ticker. See that? So very, very nice. You want to change the charts? No problem. Click on this, make it red. So now every time you click on here, everything changes together. Get a quick snapshot of how that chart is looking. So again, very, very useful. I love this setup here. Really, really do. What else we have? And then when I go to the market open, we change from the pre-market show to trading terminal. This is the template, default template. Now here we can start looking at turbo breakdown. These two are going to be front and center for me because I want to see what else is getting volume that is not part of our list this morning. So pretty stuff that's going to light up later as we get closer to the market open. All right, with that said, friends, head over to bearwithtraders.com. Click on webinars. You can see what's happening on our community as far as events. Ooh, that's nice. Peter will let you know about that in a second. But Peter, walk us through Friday.
All right, it's Friday, which means we don't have a lot of webinars, or we don't have any webinars here at Bearable Traders. We like to give you guys sort of an ease into the weekend. However, we do have our boot camp prep session. That always happens on Fridays at noon. Mike leads that, helps you get ready for the next boot camp. So if you've already signed up, you should have the link. You know where to go. It's peakcapitaltrading.com, and you go to the webinar page, and it'll give you some directions from there. But you should have all that information. It's really a way to get ready for this camp because it is pretty intense. In fact, we had my team meeting, and I forgot. I said we're gonna have our next team meeting next Thursday, but isn't next Thursday Thanksgiving?
Next Thursday's Thanksgiving. Friendsgiving this Saturday for me.
Okay.
And, yeah, next
so this
Friendsgiving
thing is a thing, eh?
Oh, it's a thing. Too? Oh yeah, I do. We started doing it a little bit later.
That. I see Friendsgiving as my daughter did that with her friends from university. I thought it was just a kid's thing, but I guess it's a thing.
No, it's a thing.
Anyways,
it's a thing. Right. We've been doing it for a couple of years. So what it is just Thanksgiving should be with your family, but you don't want to bring your friends over to your family's house, right? You have a separate one with them, and it kind of covers Thanksgiving, it covers Christmas. Kind of like the Friendsgiving is like, hey, here's the end of year togetherness for people that are not immediate family.
Huh, there you go. Okay. Well, yeah. I like the concept. It's great. So anyways, whether you're enjoying Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving or whatever you're doing, It's going to be a busy, looks like it's going to be a busy next week for social events. But if you want, before you get there today, we do have this boot camp prep meeting at noon again for everybody that's signed up for the next boot camp. And I would strongly advise you attend because it helps you get ready for that session. Other than that, said a pretty light day. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders, get ready for next week or the week after or the week after that, then there's no better time than right now. Go to bearabletraders.com. You can get all the information. It looks like our Black Friday sale is on, and we've got a couple of Black Friday offers here. One just for Bearable Traders. The other one, which is the big special here, really combines. I think it combines the boot camp with. Is that right? Yes, the boot camp with a membership to Bearable Traders, and of course the funded trading account where you can get paid for the trading that you do. That's always part of the offer and the opportunity, and it's worth checking out. So that funded trading account is very well worth it if you think, especially if you think you can make some money out of it. So there are some rules, but they're not onerous. They're just to make sure people don't game the system. So. But go check it out. We do have new material here for the boot camp that we think just explains it a little bit better. It's all about creating discipline in your trading so that you can become a more mature trader by the time boot camp ends. So, yeah, hopefully you'll find some value. Go check it out again, peakcapitaltrading.com. So show me Baby Carlos. Where's Baby Carlos?
Oh, I knew he was gonna say. Let me see, Baby Carlos. Oh, look at this guy here. Meeting with some top dogs, huh? Not bad, not bad. Ah, here we go. Wow, that's nice. Love seeing these pictures, man. Look at that. Sweet. Young John there. Look at Megan. Megan, look at the focus. You see the little
Chef Megan.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Boy Brendan there.
I'm only disappointed she's not putting on that seasoning using the Salt Bay method, but
oh, look at this. This was San Diego. I went to Mike's retirement. That was very nice, man. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Look at skinny Mike. That's military Mike right there.
That's military Mike, man. Yeah. And Mike is, I got so we got a little bit of time. Mike is so humble, right? We go to first time, I think it's the first time or second time I meet him. But I knew him about a year before that. And he takes me on base. We go to his office where he was doing his trading. This is actually where he did a lot of his trading, in this office here. Every Monday he'll fly in, he'll stay over the week, and then he'll go back home, I think Friday or something like that. Every Monday he'll come in. He joined the onboarding class every Monday. He was doing his trading from there as he was learning. This is back in 2017, 2018, 2019. And he takes me around base, and he's walking around, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm walking around with the guy here. All the military guys. Sergeant Major. I'm like, hey, you're like big shit over here. He's like, nah. He is. He was like the man. Like everybody's type. I'm like, oh, I'm with the guy. I'm with the guy. So that was real nice to see. But he's so humble. He said nothing about it.
Major, yeah. You want to get something done. That's the guy that you go to. So
that's the guy you go to, man. So that was really nice to see. So yeah. So shout out to Mike for taking me through that experience, and also for, again, the service, and everybody, man, for your service here to the country here, and also people that service Canada as well. We appreciate you guys.
And you know what? That's obviously Mike, because he's still basically the Sergeant Major of us. Because if you want to get something done, you go to Mike.
That's right. That's right. All right, friends. Our list today, it's set. It's set. I got Google, I got Tesla, I got Nvidia. I might add some more in here, but let's do some lows for these tickers that I have in place. Peter, what's your list look like so far now? Maybe I get some ideas of what you're watching.
I'm going to keep it basic today. I didn't identify anything off the Gappers list that I really like. So I'm going to be watching absolutely Nvidia and AMD because I know they can move. Tesla has been a good mover this week. Google, because it's been in play. And those are my top four. Then the secondary, I might just keep an eye on Apple to see what it does today. And that's about it. The rest, I'll wait and see what happens.
Yep. All right. We'll see. I like you mentioned Apple. What's Apple up to? Not much right now, but okay. I'm glad you're watching because I know you'll say something if you see something there. All right, friends, let's do some levels. So we have Google on deck first. High of the pre-market, 297.50. The low of the pre-market is already being tagged by a couple of levels here, highs and lows for the last two trading days. So you're pretty much covered. There is an area here that might be worth marking. This 294.15. So we'll mark it. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to mean anything, but we got a day sticking out there. I think can do something. So we'll have it set. Highs and lows towards the top, covering your all-time highs, so you don't have to really add anything. Towards the bottom, in case you do slide off here, we do have a level. The big one is right here. Like you can clearly tell, 280.95. You can see the amount of support you have there, the resistance, all that's taking place there. There's another level, so actually another good one too, over around a 284.90. Might actually be 285, but right there you see a couple of days also using that as resistance, a little bit of support, but definitely a lot of resistance there as well. So I think those are good levels for Google this morning. The next one's going to be Tesla on my list, and if I look at Tesla, high of the pre-market right now, so going from red to green here, 402.09. Then towards the bottom we're looking at 392.90. So 392.90, low of the pre-market there. Below that we're looking at 382.75. So there it is on Tesla. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days. There might be an area here I think is worth noting as well. It's gonna be right around this area, 408.44. I'm gonna mark it down as well. I got a couple of days running into that. And then I thought I had CoreWeave on my list. Oh, I have it in the secondary. All right, I might move that up. Let's see. Here's NVIDIA. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. So low of the pre-market on NVIDIA, 174.34. And then towards the top, we're looking at the high of the pre-market at 182.82. But that right now is being covered by your low. The low from, this would have been Wednesday, right? Low from 2 days ago, Wednesday here. That's covering your pre-market high, so I think you're set there. And then if we look to the left, we're going to mark down this one here, 176.78. Towards the bottom, below this 174.34. Right over here, we do have an area at 173.02. And I think that's pretty good for right now. In case we get fancy, I doubt this is in the books, 170.83. Highly doubt it, but we're ready if that's what NVIDIA wants to do today. Towards the top, just above this pre-market highs, you got a lot of levels here. Pre-market highs for highs and lows for the last two trading days. But just in case we do push higher, this one area here that I do want to have down is right over here. Got a couple of days. It's slamming into 184.79. Speaking of slamming into, guys, slam that thumb into your like button there on the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. Would love to be close to that 400 likes is our goal. So we love your help, right? You guys been awesome with all the support this morning, and we'd love to get a little bit of more likes if we can. So thank you so much for that. And Peter, that's it for me, man. Just three right now, and I'm gonna keep my scanners as I mentioned earlier. The gap up and gap down. I'm gonna be looking at that closely. What do you have from our friends over in chat? What does that gappers list look like?
Yeah, only a few of our moderators have got their list in so far. I already mentioned mine to you. Eamon is looking for AMD, maybe long after a pullback. Yeah, I don't blame him. AMD's had it's been down for the last couple of days, and we'll see. Mike's also watching AMD, Nvidia, Google, and of course the scanners. Thor is going to keep an eye on Tesla today, and of course his futures contracts. And that's all we got. I think the rest of our mods are either taking the day off or taking it easy today. So we'll see. It's setting up. It feels like it's setting up to be a quieter day than we've had this week, but maybe not. I don't know. We're ahead today partly because I haven't ranted, and usually rants take a few minutes. So
No, I got it. I know the reason why we're ahead. It's not that.
Oh,
Not that we're ahead
what?
because there was no gap down list.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
true.
there was
There's
just there was
also
not a lot to cover. I mean, now you're starting to see some stuff on here, and some of the stuff on here, if you look at it, it's garbage, man. Like, not I won't say garbage. It's not something we would trade.
we need a rant.
So if you have a rant, we got
Well,
time.
here's a rant. It's not so much of a rant as an observation, perhaps, but it's a rant against myself. Maybe I didn't. It's funny as I keep running into how indoctrinated I am personally into the car culture. I'm a car guy. I've always loved cars, and to me, like you need a car to get around, especially as an executive. You needed a car. You needed a cool car. Anyways, and it's so much in my head. It's winter, and winter season's bad for me because I put away my Porsche and I really I sort of live off my wife's car. I mean, I don't go anywhere. I work from home. Where do I have to go? But I do have appointments and charity meetings, and I've got a couple next week that are just problematic because I can't get there because my wife's got the car. And anyway, so I'm like, oh, I have to take an Uber, and Uber's going to cost me like $60 either way, so it's going to be like $120 to go to a meeting. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I found myself searching for cars again. I do enjoy the process of looking for cars. But of course, when I went to look for a car, I'm not just looking, I don't want like an entry level Hyundai. I want a nice car. So I'm looking at 50, $60,000 cars. And I actually then I said, what the hell am I doing? And I sat down and I did the math. And if I amortize the cost of the car and gas and maintenance and insurance over my expected use, which is obviously a big estimate, but the reality is that same meeting, if I bought a car to get there, would cost me about 650 bucks. So I'm willing to spend 650 bucks to get to a meeting to avoid spending 120. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It
That's not
really,
smart.
but
Yeah.
in my head,
Yeah.
it made sense to buy a $50,000 car to go to a meeting.
You just don't want to pay the
Really.
Uber. I get it. I get it. I'm with you.
Well,
But no, pay the
anyways,
Uber, man. It'll be
the
much
other,
cheaper.
yeah. Anyways, it's crazy. It's one of those things where I just sometimes I shake my head at myself and I'm like, what are you thinking about? But I like having a car. I want a car. I enjoy
Yeah, I don't think
cars,
this has
but
to do
it
anything with the
doesn't make
meeting,
any sense.
Peter. Let's do some psychology. Let's break down some psychology here. I don't think it has to do
Yeah.
anything with the meeting. I think what it has to do is you want a car. Let's get to the root. Let's dive
I
deeper.
want
Yeah.
But it's also how we can just blind ourselves to the math of it or the actual the logic of it for something that we want. And
Yeah.
I always bring it back to trading because that's what I seem to be doing a lot. Obviously I'm trading every day all day, so I think about it a lot. But I thought, in the last couple of weeks, Carlos, I've had a couple of mental breakdown incidents where I haven't traded well. Net is a good example where I live with you guys. I had a point of view on net, and I left my logic behind and I just followed my gut on that. And it showed me, you know what? We can do that a lot in different aspects of our life where we just sort of sometimes we even if you're a smart person, you can just sort of ignore the logic for long enough to make a mistake and do something that is completely illogical that you can see afterwards, but you often don't see in the minutes in the moment. So anyways,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about that, thinking, here I was doing it with buying a car, which is totally illogical for the reason by which I was looking to buy one. But as you said, it was because I wanted one. And, I was thinking, I got to remember that when I'm trading, right? Always come back to the do this, follow the rules, follow the logic, because sometimes you do something because you believe you want it to be a winner. Whatever your motivation is, it probably has nothing to do with the actual movement of the stock. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, let me
Oh my
reset. So
God, that's never going to happen.
here it
Sell the
is.
sell the Porsche, get a Camry. Art saying get a Toyota or Avalon. Avalon was a great car. They I don't think they make those anymore,
Toyota Avalon. Yeah, they were
but
90s car, man. All over the
yeah.
place.
Well, they're just
Um
24 years old. So look, my Porsche's 22 years old. It's doing okay. 23, I guess now. So
yeah,
it's uh it's doing great.
awesome.
Besides, I can't get rid of it now. I just put 30 grand into it this year. So
Yeah, you gotta hold on to that.
I,
Um
I essentially have bought. I said like I've bought like a Honda Civic that I've put into my car. So
yeah, yeah. All right, friends. Who has a battery camera? No, so I have a battery, so it dies once in a while. I do have a cable for it, but I feel like I haven't used it in a while. So I don't know if you guys batteries know, but I feel like if I never use charge it and actually use it and deplete it, it'll probably stop working as best as it can. It's a DSLR, so it's a battery camera, right? So it's not one of those webcams that they just connect on USB C. It's a little bit more complicated. But friends,
why do people do that?
we're
Why do
good
people
here.
do that?
Peter, what's our team watching? Well, I see Andrew and Brian ready to go. Long list for both this
Yeah.
morning. Ooh, that looks
Yeah,
interesting.
Andrew's got a bunch of
Let's go
stuff. He
through
and
it.
Brian
Yeah.
just got their list in. Brian's going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, and the Gap. Well, that's interesting. Andrew's going to be watching Nvidia, AMD, PLTR, Tesla, and Google. So there you go. Phil and Brendan also got their list in for anybody that's interested. We got 4.5 minutes to the open, so we can get there now. Let's switch over our platforms. Everybody, get ready. We'll see what today brings. Again, I'm hopeful, but suspicious it might be a quieter day. So just be smart in your trades, right? Don't be me looking to buy a car off of your trade. That's not what it is. Take it just one trade at a time. Take what the market's willing to give, and if it's not willing to give anything, don't be afraid to sit on the sidelines and watch. All right, let's get it going. we'll hand the chat room over to our live traders. Brian, good morning, welcome, and we'll get off to the right. Brian's got to get the red light going. I see him. Click, there it is. Now he's in business. All right, here we go.
All right, so Brian's all in chat now. We're switching over. Friends, let's get some levels in. Thank you for the reminder, Chris, and you guys. Levels for sure, for sure. Wait, we did levels already. Yeah, we did levels. Yeah, you missed it. We did levels. Yeah, we're so ahead.
Twice.
Chris, we're so ahead, man. We did levels already. We're done so early today, so we're just waiting for the market open. I erased my Google levels by mistake. Let me add them again here. I hit the wrong key here. So Google 297. I have the pre-market. We had this one here on 282. Another one down at 276-ish. Maybe a little bit higher right here. And yeah, we're set. Google's pretty easy as far as levels goes. All right. Yeah, no, we did levels, man. When you said it, you almost called me, Chris. I was like, oh shoot, we haven't done levels. And then I came over to the list. I'm like, no, we did levels already. We're in business here. All right, let's get Peter in.
And I'm still here. Hopefully I'm still here.
In the box.
And we're still in the chat room there, Carlos.
We're not transmitting sounds to the chat, no.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, we're transmitting sound. It was just the video.
Yeah, just the video. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's go. What is today going to bring? I've got Google up here. Meta, Amazon.
All right.
I don't know. I don't have anything targeted for the open here, so.
The Adrian Duran. So no, Atlas is not free. It's part of the entire package, right? So for tradingterminal.com, everything costs you, I think, is $99, and this brings everything, right? The scanners, the simulator, Atlas, replay. You got everything on here. That's premium, right? It's all in one package. The only thing that you pay extra for, if you want, is the funded account. If you don't want the funded account, then you don't have to pay for that. But then every other tool is included in there, including Atlas, the scanners. And I was telling our group here, we got a couple of minutes left here, that if you add up all this, these are not brand new tools. They're out there already. We're not creating anything from scratch and brand new. This is stuff that's been out for a couple of years now, maybe more. What we did is we put a nice package together, took out all the fluffs, a lot of stuff you get. For example, if you look at Trade Ideas, and not knocking them, they're an amazing company. I used them for years. And if you love them, use them, no problem. We don't hate on other companies and other people, and we don't do that. But they charge so much for a lot when I was using this much, right? So what Trading Terminal does is gives you this much, charges you for that much, right? So you get what you need, leave out the fluff. Yeah, because if you look at Trading Terminal, there's like 1,000 things you could do. I'm like, I'm not using any of that. I'm using this, right? So this is for day traders. Focus on new traders, especially as well, to get them going, get them started, and even pro traders can use it as well. So it's a really good tool, and for $99, is amazing. You can't really beat it. All right, 30 seconds to the market open. And
yes, indeed.
Rock and roll.
I don't know that I'm going to find anything here at the open. Again, I've got nothing queued up. I don't have any particular view on stocks. I don't know where.
Yeah, I don't have anything queued up.
Anything's going off the open.
10 seconds here. Let's see.
Maybe a fallen angel on AMD would be good. It's gapping up. We're going to move back down to 207. Looks like we're going. Where's AMD? Let's see. AMD, a few topside orders. Might be a long if the market decides to also go long. Let's see. But I'm not going to force anything.
Smoke. These things are really hot. All right.
Market's moving up. Tesla's moving lower. So is
let's see. All right, scanners. What we got going on? Yes, good luck, people. Trade safe, trade well.
Mm.
Thank you, Ben, for the support. Yes, slam that thumbs up. 287 likes. That's awesome. We definitely could do more, but I take it. I take it. SNDK hitting the scanners on tradingterminal.com. Let's see what it's doing. SNDK. It's dropping, but not great. We saw this on our gap up list as well. I don't see anything I love right now. Apple hitting the scanners. Apple's hitting the gap up, the turbo break up scanners. You can see here breaking up a little bit. Could be something there. This market's like just what's next? Ooh, look at Tesla. 1 minute RB breakdown on Tesla. That's a lot of selling pressure. Tesla looks nice. We're above the V up. I don't love that. It's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I
I'm
missed
watching
my
AMD,
entry.
but AMD is selling off and just continued to sell off here. So now it's going back to previous day close. I don't know what we're gonna get on it. It's
I like the way Tesla's trading. We'll give it a little bit here. But I do like the way Tesla's moving here. Nvidia. Oh, nice engulfing crack. If you took it early, 1 minute engulfing crack there. There's a minute engulfing. That's a nice drop. You at least got to 180. It's $1 and change.
I did.
You did
I
take
did
that?
go long. I
Oh.
went long AMD just for a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit. See
Okay.
if we get a move back up here to 209. Took a quick
Very
partial.
nice.
Oh, I've got to give you guys that chart.
Yeah, bring up that screen so we can look at it. All right, so Peter in AMD long.
AMD. Oh, no. Now he's out of AMD. Okay. Just
Oh.
like called it up. It came
Oh,
back
you're
down to my entry and it's okay. You know,
dag.
I'm all
Dag.
good, but
Okay.
it was in and out, in, partial, out. So,
Yeah.
all right. That didn't last very long.
Short
Be that
lived.
way.
Happens. That was my
Yeah.
Nvidia yesterday. Very short lived.
Oh, I thought AMD would have a little bit more jump in it than that, but apparently not.
Whoa. How's the fear? What's the VIX? How's the fear in that indicator?
Hmm.
How
That's a
is
good
that looking?
question.
Oh, Tesla. Just checking out Tesla dropping. Man, I would have been.
Oof, look at that
I would have
drop
been
down on
stopped
AMD.
on a 1 minute RB. Our Ross long.
I'm gonna be
Okay,
right
nice.
back. One sec.
Oof. And are we in for another sell-off? At least at this market open. Shorting Tesla unfunded account been nice. I don't have anything published. I just left whatever the defaults were. That's what I'm trying to use. Whatever the defaults were, I just left it, but I could send them to you. So if you want to email me, I'll send you a copy of them. Carlos@bedwithtrades.com. Uh, Peter was a good man. He's not frozen because see his chart is working. So maybe his camera battery died. Everybody's camera battery and the camera's dying. But yeah, it's only his looks like only his camera. Peter was a good man. All right, let's see, friends. So right now, just look at Nvidia and looking at Tesla. Tesla back up above the VWAP. It's a very interesting day. What about POTR? POTR is just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So we'll see how this likes to break. The 5 minute gives you a cleaner picture. Right, look at the 5 minute. That could be a good 5 minute engulfing pattern. I do love that strategy. 5 minute RB breakdown. If we are going to be short, that could be a good one. So let's see here. I'm also looking at Atlas on these tickers. Let's see what we get here. Like we're just patiently waiting to see what's taking place here. Peter looks like he's pretending. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, which yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Him. I mean, if you look at the SPY, it's a lot of these tickers are doing the same thing, except for in like Tesla's starting to look a little choppy. Nvidia, on the other hand, Nvidia is just a wow, the bloodbath. So let's see. What's the low we went to yesterday? The most recent low. Oh, we went down to 174 this morning. All right, so we've been down here. Wow, 174. I thought we stopped at 180, 179. But that was last night. Today we hit 174.34. We have it here.
What? No, we didn't. Oh, overnight maybe.
No, this morning. This morning.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like early this morning, around
Oh
5 o'clock
yeah,
this
yeah.
morning.
Like pre market.
I'm
Yeah.
back. Yeah, I'm back.
Like
Sorry, I had to take a moment.
yeah, all good.
I heard you though.
Uh
I,
yeah,
I, I
like
had you. I had you with me the whole time. I was
oh there
listening.
you go. Oh man. Think I'm gonna take a shot at this and Tesla 5 minute ORB on the way up. Stop loss. Let me see. 402 is the high of the pre-market before. Yeah, yeah, I like this, man. We're so far from VWAP, but we started far from VWAP. So let's see. Not in yet. Need some good confirmation on this thing. Let's see. 402 stop 450, 450. So that's a $1.50 stop. So we gotta manually take the shares. All right, I'm gonna go long Tesla here. Stop is 450. Not 450. Sorry, 400 with 50 cents. So we're long. Let's see if we get the break above this 402. Here's my stop right here. So we're giving it like a dollar 50. Let's see if we get the break.
I went the other way. I went short on
You went
AMD.
short. Nice, nice.
Uh, I'm short
I'm out.
AMD.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm out.
man,
I'm out.
I'm getting a great move here. Two
Nice,
partials
nice.
already. Look at that. It just it went down immediately after my entry. I took a short below previous day close with a stop above VWAP actually because they were close enough together. I figured if it got through both those levels, my trade premise would be broken.
Yeah, yeah.
But here it's down at low of day right now, and it's looking great. So
Oh, that's a good entry, man. I think we're selling off again. Wow. And Tesla actually, if you look at Tesla, great 5 minute. If I would have taken this trade, great 5 minute ORB down. Down, Carlos. Down, not up.
taking another partial. Wow,
Ah,
this is great. This is great. Here we go. Took a partial at 203. Actually, I didn't even get that great of a fill. 203.30 is where I got filled. I thought I was lower than that, but all right.
man,
So
man,
now,
man, man.
so waiting in this, I figure I keep missing these moves where it bounces off a VWAP or previous day close, uses a resistance. So it's good.
Yeah.
This is actually good for me because I've taken a long and a short on AMD. I was able to change my perspective on this, and that's something I've struggled with for a long time. So
Yeah, nah,
that's
good,
good.
man. Good, good, good. Like, happy to see that.
No,
Things are
I don't
weak,
like
man.
how long it's hesitating here. It's hanging around
No,
here
but you
for
got a good entry, though. You got a good cushion, so you could wait that out a little
yeah.
bit, right?
I might want to take another partial. I got a lot of shares still left. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm
take
going
another little
short
bit off.
Tesla, guys. Short Tesla VWAP breakdown. Um,
Tesla, let's see
got
what
the
Tesla's
signal
doing.
here. So I'm
Hmm.
short Tesla. Let's see if we can get the breakdown here. But this market looks like it wants to go lower, man. This is not looking fun. Let's see. Let's see the SPY is going to help us out here. Partial on Amazon. Mike, are you trading Amazon? Awesome. What's Amazon doing? Short. I'm assuming you're short on this one from the VWAP or previous day close. Very nice. God, man, Tesla's. Come on, stay below the VWAP. I might be just trading chop. Yeah, I'm out of this thing. I'm just getting chopped up left and right. 450 again. I'm gonna get out. Jeez, man. What a crappy morning. Out on Tesla for 450 again. Yeah, I need to wait go fly. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it and it is just I mean, look at this chop, man.
It it's
Wow.
fascinating, Carlos. It seems most of the time you and I
Yeah.
trade. If I'm having a
Yeah.
good day, you're having a
Yeah.
bad one, and vice versa. So I'm not
Mhm.
sure why that is,
No,
but
we've linked. We've linked before.
sometimes,
Sometimes, yeah,
sometimes,
yeah,
but it
but
feels more
man,
often than not, we're on opposite sides of this. So
the last week or so it's been like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like wow. But yeah, look at if I look at Tesla, it is just so choppy, man. And I got caught on both long and short. So we just gotta wait. Cause made 1/4 gold, but now I don't know what the hell is going on is going to happen. Yeah, man, it's rough. Yesterday and today's not starting great for me. So 2 days back to back where um things are out of control. And this is where you got to be careful. This is where you have to like really stick to the process, stick to the setups, and don't go being a hero, right? Don't go trying to make enforcing green days or green trades. Don't do that because I've done that before and lost plenty of money. Like look at now. Now we're back short on Tesla. I'm not back short. I'm saying Tesla selling off again below the VWAP. Um,
all right, so we're getting to an area where we've bounced before. I'm tempted to take more off AMD. I don't know how much lower it could go. We don't have a big build of orders down here, but oh, wait, sorry, we just went lower. All right, never mind.
we got news in 3 minutes. Adrian, what do we got in 3 minutes? Let's take a look. Uh, we have S&P. Oh, global manufacturing. Okay, we could see
Yeah.
that. That's anything.
Yeah, we had the S&P manufacturing and services PMI numbers are both supposed to come out at 10. So again, market has not really worried about this stuff, hasn't paid a lot of attention to it. So don't get overly concerned about it if you're in a trade, but if you're thinking of one, it's always a good idea to just,
Yeah, I might as well
keep in
wait.
mind that data's coming out. This is watching AMD here to see if we get a
This is
further breakdown.
this is a tough one here.
My goodness, this is really quite a big move overall on AMD from where it was sort of, loving it at the end of October, early November, up at 260. We're now down here 200 or 202. I don't want to speak too soon, but I would love 200 on this. All right, I'm taking that
Let's see.
partial. I said if it was going to come back to 203, I would take a partial, and I just did.
Wow, everything is doing the spy dance right now. I mean, everything is this Tesla POTR is all this. Nvidia and AMD were the ones that actually broke out a little bit nicer, either up or down. But spy and everything else is just doing this. So, oh man, this Tesla, I will be short again here. This is something I will be short in again on Tesla. So let's see. I don't want to chase it though. Like, if you give me a pullback, maybe. No. My goodness. What can I slam here? Can I slam something? Can I just slam? What? There's nothing here. Everything is too critical to the operation. I can't slam the battery. Ah,
Carlos, what? Why? Because of what are you looking at? Tesla?
Tesla. I was thinking of getting re-entering and I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, T man. Yes, yes, yes. Because I don't know. I was not
wow,
quick enough. Not quick enough.
wow. This is amazing. This is amazing move here. I don't know how far do you think I can ride this?
Well,
I
you
don't
we saw a
know.
$14 drop not so long ago.
I
$14
know.
drop. So it can't go, man. This market is, oh, Tesla. My goodness.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh my
Uh,
God.
this is
200. Here
so
we come. Do we
painful,
take a partial at
painful.
201? It's another $2 here. I got to do it. I got to
Yes. Take 10 take
partial.
something off. Make some money for both
Yeah.
of us here. And
Oh
hit
my
the like so
God.
Peter can make more money.
Oh my
Like,
God. Look at this. Look at this trade on AMD. It is
it's
just
beautiful, man.
going.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This
Look
is
at Tesla.
awesome.
There's nothing. There's really nothing to slam. Though. I'm actually
Oh,
am looking for something to
oh,
slam, but
and we're
there's
going
not.
down
There's
to
nothing.
200. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to slow down. I'm taking way too many partials
slow. Yeah,
here.
slow down, man. Slow down.
I gotta. I mean, if we get under 200, I've got to take another partial as soon as we spike under 200. If we stay there for a couple of seconds, but I will see. I took my 201. Oh my goodness.
Anna, you took
I
AMD with Peter. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, nice, nice, Ahmed.
Yeah.
That's
CFC
great.
is also loving the
Yeah.
flush here today.
I hate to say it, Andrew looks like he's not having the best day today. I haven't seen his hands in the air once.
It's not an easy day, man. It's not an easy day. I know you got a great move. You picked the right horse, but we've been getting these signals everywhere, and they're just not falling through, right? So take a look at my quick example here. Take a look at my trade on Tesla. What are we going for? The 5 minute breakout towards the top, and engulfing breakout too on the 5 minute. It looked awesome. Like this thing could have not looked any better. There's a green candle here. Volume went long, stopped out, right? Then it come down to the downside. Okay, let's wait for our setup. We're just not gonna take random stuff. Break down below VWAP. Here's the pullback. Beautiful confirmation candle. How many times we trade this? Every single time we see it, we take that trade. Doesn't pan out. We get stopped out. Rethinking about re-entering here after another great sell-off. Did not take this trade, and it did give us at least a couple of partials. Unfortunately, and we're back up. We would have been short lived, but we would have been back up. But the key thing here is I'm not too upset, although I want to slam something. I'm not too upset because these are all strategies I would take every single time I see them. They're just not working out. And the same thing's probably happening to Andrew. We're taking strategies that we would take every single time. I can't be mad at what I did here, but
Right.
man, sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. And then Peter, your
Yeah.
trade again, your setup that you take every single time, and man, played out very, very nice. Very, very
Yeah.
nice. So
Yeah, and this is the type of thing, as you said, like it's somebody was asking me yesterday, actually, in our boot camp meeting, how do you handle situations where your strategy isn't working? Like, how do you create a strategy that works in all market conditions? And my answer was really, like, you can't. You don't have a
no.
strategy that works in all market conditions,
Mm-mm.
but you can have strategies that handle all market conditions. And what I mean by that is your strategy's got to include strong risk management and a set of rules so you know what to do. And like you said, Carlos, if you know what to do and you have your risk management on the days or the market conditions where it's not working, you try the trade, it fails, you get out at your targeted area, and you just say, okay, it didn't work this time. But if you know on average that's going to work, you can keep executing that same methodology. And it's just the reality that, the last couple of days, if you're a long biased momentum trader like Andrew is, you haven't been having a good time because the market's just not giving you those opportunities. But he knows most of the time what he does works very well. So, Carlos, just like your strategies, you know what to do, you know how to execute it. It's just some days the market's not going to cooperate with you. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're necessarily
No.
doing anything wrong. If you can go back, hey, it's a Friday. And what do you tell us every day on Friday, every time on Friday, right, Carlos? Like, you got to go into the weekend knowing you traded maturely and you stuck to your rules. And if you can go
Yeah.
back and say, you know what, like you just said, I would take that trade 10 times out of 10, then good. Then if you executed the way you had planned to, then sometimes you just say, you know what, it's not going to work every time. I know it. It's just part of the law of averages. Again, I'll go back to my poker analogies, right? You can hold aces and still lose the hand. That's just the reality. you know, it's, it, you never know.
So true. All right, man. He
AMD
looked.
AMD is a fairly straightforward. So at the open, I tried to go long, thinking it was going to bounce off of the VWAP and go long, and that obviously was short lived. I saw the momentum, but the momentum fizzled out. So you can see I took a partial, stop at break even very aggressively. That was in the third minute after the market opened, so 9:32. But the short was pretty straightforward. It's like my lightning bolt strategy. Basically, I saw it move below VWAP and previous day close, which more or less coincided, right? I mean, just look at these candles. To me, it like sort of showed that hesitation. It's like it was basically like an inverse ABCD pattern, right? That's what my lightning bolt roughly is. It's an ABCD type pattern. It came back down. It held at a level. I see it not able to push higher. I thought I'll take a short with a stop above the VWAP, which is the blue line on my chart. You can see there, and right here, right, my stop was right here, and I was green from the second I entered this trade, and it just dropped on me. I got a partial at low of day, partial down when it hit my secondary target, and then it was whole dollar numbers after that. I probably took too many partials at 203, frankly, but I was so excited because it was a bigger, faster move than I expected. Um, but yeah, so that's the setup. Basically, what I call a lightning bolt, which some people might call an inverse ABCD pattern, but fairly straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, love it, love it. All right, I'm looking at Tesla for a possible VWAP breakout if we can get above here. Let's see if the thing has changed a little bit. But let's see. Andrew's long in Nvidia, just below the previous day close, and that seems I'm sorry, just below VWAP, and that seems to be moving higher here. And yeah, it's just all SPY driven right now, man. Really is. What's a good rule of thumb for partialing in? I'm not sure, man. It's I don't partial in. I have taken, like, if I want to take, let's say, for easy math, 100 shares of something, but I'm not too sure I'm gonna have the best entry. I might take 50 shares, and I say, okay, if I drop to VWAP or the level I'm looking at, usually VWAP, or the way I trade, I'll add the other 50, and for the bounce, and that'll be my full position with my set and predefined risk. If you're partialing in, I think the most important thing is that you have your actual risk that you plan to do on that trade, right? So if you're partially in and say, hey, you want to risk $500 on this trade, make sure that when you partial in, you're not risking 750. Make sure that you're still staying at that $700, that you put in your stop loss at a spot where it makes sense, not just a random place like a technical area. And I think that's probably the best way to do. As far as how to partial out, that could be a little bit more technical based on your strategy, right, and what you're actually trading.
To me, you hit on the most important rule. If you're going to partial in, there's nothing wrong with that. Or add into a trade is really how it's worded. So because you add in and partial out. But if you're adding into a trade, never exceed the total risk that you're willing to take on the trade. Which means the first amount of shares that you take to get in, probably your total risk should be lower. In fact, probably a lot lower than what your eventual total risk would be. So to Carlos's example, if you're going to take $500 risk total, when you take your first ad or your first part entry, maybe your risk is only $100. And then when you add to it, your risk goes up to 200 or 300. And if you're adding it again, then it goes up to 400 or 500. It depends on how many times you plan or are willing to add in. So whatever you do, you've got to understand what your total risk is so that never at any point during the trade do you exceed that total risk. Now, there's other ways to do it where you could take the $500 total risk right at the beginning and only add in if it moves in your favor, but that means you're moving your stop higher or closer to the price action, depending on whether you're long or short, of course. But one way or the other, however you manage it, never exceed your total allowable risk on the trade. So, all right, still watching AMD here. It's come back up to VWAP, so we never did get to the 200. I'm glad I actually took that partial at 201. And I don't know what to expect of it now. What's the market doing? The market is actually
it's actually
pushing
trying to push a little higher.
It looks
hasn't really broke out too much, but it is pushing a little bit higher. And I'm watching Nvidia. I missed an Nvidia breakout here because I meant to watch Nvidia, but I was watching Tesla, and I didn't pull the trigger. Tesla is nasty, man. Tesla is, look, what is this? what are we doing here? Like, what? This is just disgusting. Like, no, 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 no. This is I'm not touching this today. I'm just leaving it alone. Like, this makes no sense whatsoever. Like this rejection and then just completely fall off the face of the VWAP here. I almost got caught. Almost got caught because it's kind of like our signal there. But no, this is just brutal. And look at Nvidia, same thing. It did. Andrew was in over here, so he's good. But I would have been in here, and look, it's just barely got you 50 cents. And look at the drop. This is madness. This is truly
Correct.
madness today. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy stuff. Duong Tran Films. Yes, what you're saying is correct, right? If you're thinking about adding in, by the way, that's the way a lot of proprietary trading firms do it. Oh, I should have added. I was going to add to my short in AMD, but I didn't expect this fast of a move down. Wow. Anyways,
Mm.
yeah, they take what they call a starter position, and then as it starts to move in your favor, right, you use the trend as your friend, and then you add into it, understanding that that's modifying your stop, right? Your stop is going to sort of trail then your entries as you're at, because you're adding in at worse prices, right, against the move, but you're going for the big eventual move, and they can do that quite significantly, right? Significant adds into trades. But we typically try and keep it simple the way we teach it, but there's lots of ways to manage your trades. Andrew does that. Andrew's gotten quite good actually at adding into his trades and um, managing them over time. So I'm not so good at it. Seems like every time I add, almost every time I get stopped out. So I want to see if I can if this trade. I'd love to turn this trade into one that I can ride all day, but I'm
Chris, love that, man. So Chris saying, LOL, Tesla took all my gains. Time to step away for 10 minutes. So he has a timer. Steps away for 10 minutes, and one of my rules is to keep
absolutely.
emotion out of it. That's perfect, man. That's exactly what you should do. I have a rule: if I take 3 trades, I get stopped out on the one ticker, then I don't even trade that ticker anymore. Like because you just could become too emotionally committed to trying to make that work, and that's one of my hard rules. So 2 trades on one ticker, 3 trades. I'm sorry that don't work out. Even if I took good setups, I just step away because you don't want to get too involved with a stock that you're trying to force. It could be a fine line, right? Of forcing that or not. So, and people are like, oh, but what if you see your category one? Yeah, it could be, but at the same time, you also got to manage your risk. Like you could be taking a good category one trade, like I did here, that did not work out. And it could just be you're not reading the market properly today, or the market is not in your favor. So you just want to avoid that. So that protects you from that. 3 stops on one ticker, just slow down, take a break, walk away. At the end of the day, it's all about protecting your capital, right? So you can continue to come back and trade and extract money from the market. So you don't want to cook the chicken. The chicken's got to keep providing eggs, right? So don't make a burger turkey sandwich or something. Don't do that. Keep the chicken alive. Reminds me of Minecraft. Anybody saw the Minecraft movie? It was actually pretty funny. My kids loved it. Steve and the chicken. It was pretty good. Man, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna look at Tesla. Look at Tesla. It's going red now. It's going red. This is wild today. It is not an easy day. Now here it's only 30 minutes into the market open. So just keep that in mind, right? 30 minutes into the market open, there's still plenty of time for us to do things. So we don't have to rush anything. We have time here. Um, yes. Thanks, Fabio. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that. I just tell myself, Chris, the market isn't going anywhere. We got all day tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, exactly. Today, yeah. Yeah, bundle up
Absolutely.
your account.
And
That's
that's
plenty of times.
that's sometimes that's good perspective to have, right? You're right. The
Hmm.
market's going to be here. It's going to be here Monday. It'll
Sentiment.
be here next week. It'll be here the week after that.
So Andrew says sentiment news at 10 a.m. That's right now. Consumer sentiment. So let's see how the market does. Um, Let's see what it does here. But look at
Inflation came out pretty much in target. Yeah. 51.9 versus 52 on the global manufacturing PMI. The services came out at 55 versus 54. So one was slightly under, one was slightly over. Both of them largely in line. So yeah, not much to see here in terms of the data. The Michigan inflation expectations, again, largely in line, slightly under actually. Inflation, yeah, slightly under. So, but yeah,
yeah.
not much to see.
Out
So
of
there you go.
curiosity, how was trading while COVID was going on? You'd be surprised, man. You would think like everybody was just
Oh,
making a
it
boatload
was
of
awesome.
money, but it's not that easy though, right? Although you see now, in
No.
hindsight, everything's going down, 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 down. It's very similar to what this is: timing when it comes to day trading. Timing, like, did you get in at the right time? Can you survive the pullback? So yeah, it was all downhill, but it was not easy towards the downside. On the way
It
up, it was actually a
no.
lot better.
Oh
On
yeah.
the way up, it was
And
fun.
it was great. Like it took a bit to get your head in the fact that why is the market going up? The world is imploding, right? Like
Right.
at first it went
Yeah.
down and that made sense. But what happened is with everybody at home, like there was a lot more volume in the market for the latter 2/3 of COVID. And the market started to go up and just kept going up. So yeah, once you got your head around it, it was pretty awesome. But prior to that, it was a little weird, but the trading overall was great. Just because it was
Yeah.
volume, it was
Volatility,
momentum.
volume. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was moving.
I
So
found the downside of it a little bit harder. It was quick too. It was very quick.
yeah, it was very
But
quick.
the
I
recovery was fun.
COVID. I mean, I'll have memories for this one. My son and I were with my aunt and uncle. We were in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and when the day that the market halted, and they halted the markets like all together, like all trading stopped, right? And I'm like, what is going on? It was like 10 a.m. or something, like 10:30 in the morning, and like they closed the markets. And when that happens, you're like, it's Armageddon, baby. Like, what is going on? And then remember sitting waiting, and our prime minister came on and said, if you're out of the country, get home now. We may be closing the borders, can't guarantee even Canadians will be able to enter the country. And we're like, what the hell? So we packed up and left. Like we were supposed to be there for another 2 weeks. And we just said, I don't know what to, like, we jumped in the car and drove straight through just to say, okay, this, this is like, this is unprecedented stuff, right? Now it turns out they never actually closed the borders but at the time we didn't know what was going to happen, right? So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Oh wow. So I'm watching AMD here. As AMD just barely, didn't quite get to 200 again. 204 cents. Look at how close that is.
I
Wow.
don't know, man. This market seems like it's slipping, going red on the cues. Spies making
Yeah.
did not make a new low, but it looks like it wants to make a new low. I want to join this party short, but I don't got an invitation to any of these tickers with a strategy here, so I'm out of luck, baby.
That's what I felt like. That's what I felt like yesterday, right? I was
Yeah,
watching
it's
the
just
market slide, and I'm like, yeah, I like how you said that, Carlos. I felt like I didn't have an invitation. I was watching the
that's
party from
that,
outside the windows.
that's it. That's it, man. Oh boy, just
It's
waiting,
fun.
waiting, waiting for that invite. Carlos, can you show us where the withdrawal eligibility option is? I'm assuming you're talking about tradingterminal.com. I'll show you because I'm not. I gotta show you here. It'll be quick to see. So
Oh,
when you go to
oh,
tradingterminal.com, when you're in your journal, so right up here you click journal, right? So you're gonna go to your journal here, and then once you do that, you're going to. Um,
oh man, I could have
oh,
taken a.
here it is.
That would
Your
have been a
journal.
$4 partial.
There it is. See. Oh, that's new. Look, they put when your account started, August 8th. I didn't even know I started that long ago. And the end date, January 11th, right? So have that, and they'll tell you if you're not eligible. I don't know if this has changed. But if you're not eligible, you're going to see this. Hopefully, they should put
Ooh,
eligible so people know. Okay, if you don't have this, you're eligible. If you have this, you're not eligible, right? And if you click, and I like
yeah.
the start date, that's new, that's nice. And then click on view reasons. If you click on view reasons, it'll tell you why. You give it the reason of the trade. For me, I went under 2,000, 10,500, so that's the threshold. And then it's taking a while to load because I have a whole bunch of stuff here running. But here it'll give you there it is, the date that it happened, when it happened, and all that stuff. So it'll give you the reason on here.
Wow.
For that. Okay.
What'd you do to become non-eligible, Carlos?
I think I left something open. I think
Oh.
I left. I think this was the day we were trading BY, is it BYND? It was one of those. Actually, this should tell me. This will tell me here. Where
Could
is
be.
it? I don't know why it has all these tickers, but I think it was one ticker here. How can I go to that? I did the, oh, here, scroll down, scroll down. Oh yeah, here, BYND. So this is the problem, right? Look at that, 6,000 shares, Peter. I would never take 6,000
Oh man.
shares.
Oh, I see. You had
Nvidia
a
at
big
VWAP,
loss.
guys.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Nvidia at VWAP.
Yeah.
One second.
I should have taken another.
We'll come back to that because that I love this. I love this chart here. We'll come back to that. But that's the way you would do it. Yeah, no big check from me, Ben. You know what? I'm gonna reset my account. I'm gonna pay the two whatever, and I'm just gonna try it again. But it's hard because when you're trading live, you lose track of it. You don't pay attention. Then you start trading live, and then you mess things up. So it's not ideal. Nvidia at VWAP, guys. What I'm looking at now. You still eligible?
Well, it doesn't say not eligible, so I guess.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you are,
I haven't traded much, and I don't think I've met the minimum trade requirements, but that only gets calculated at the end.
okay.
So
I'm long Nvidia. All right, long Nvidia, VWAP breakout.
Long
stop loss.
really?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it $1, 178.50. Let's see if we can get
the. Man, that seems.
Seems risky. I know. Let's see.
It does.
Let's see, especially now since I get
in.
Your
confirmation.
Yeah,
confirmation before you entered.
Yeah, you know what? Because the few times I waited, it's gone. It's left me behind. Yeah, this is not ideal setup. No, back down we go. All right, 178.50. I'll stop out of it. Wow, this is great. No,
it's very easy to say these things when you're sitting in a trade. So
no. I get it. Wow, right to my stop. This is just absurd. 178.50. Yeah, I gotta jump out. And of course, I added, but I didn't add much because I did the wrong button there. I'll get out here. Yeah. Oh, is this ad gonna work? But this ad is not a lot though. It's really not a lot. It's like because I hit the cover. I hit the cover on the stop.
You know, maybe
maybe I added enough millions of shares to push it up. No way. No, but it really didn't add anything. Doesn't add much when you do that. All right. Yeah, we'll bail on it. Sorry, so we're out of it. My goodness. All right, so let's see here. All right, we'll come back to that. But yeah, this is a mistake, right? 6,000 shares. I would never take 6,000 shares on a stock that's $5, right? But this happens because of this button. So you got to be careful. There's a button here that you got to be very, very careful with. And if this can happen to you in real life, I put in the number of shares I wanted, and I hit buy. I hit this green one, and that does buy max, and that's what it did, right? So you want to be very, very careful, and that happens in real life. I made mistakes with hotkeys, just like I did now with this dumb Nvidia crap here. I have my hands on the cover, and when you cover, what it does is if you're in a long order, it's actually going to buy. So it not a full amount. It buys like a couple of shares. I forget what calculation it does there. So, so we got out. We didn't really make money off of that. So, what a day! What a day! Oh. Carlos, looks like there are no longs today in the market. No, there's just no continuation. Like even shorts are not doing well. I mean, there's just no continuation. There's no, but yeah, there's no continuation. There's no buyers. There's no buy. Mike, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've done that. I see. It looks like you've done that. So I went to cover. instead of sell.
Yeah,
All right.
Francisco, yeah, the funded account should be available worldwide because you're
Yep.
not trading real money. It's just a simulator. So there should be no geographic restrictions for it. You can use it, do it anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, look at Andrew's chart. You could see how what kind of day we're having. Look at this. See this? That's the SPY, and this is the Qs. So it
Yep.
is Chop City. Chop City.
Chop suey. Yeah.
Uh, what a day. Anything trading nice, guys? So AMD is good, Peter. AMD is going lower.
Oh, I'm watching it. I got my eye on it.
AMD's
Don't you worry. Don't
AMD
you worry. I'm waiting for
200 had
this. Waiting for this
yeah.
break of 200. I'm going to take another partial if we get below 200.
What does Atlas look like for you?
That's a good question. I haven't looked. It's very empty. There's a bunch of orders at 200. AMD has been weird on Atlas the last couple of days, and I can't tell if it's just like it's just AMD that looks weird.
Well,
But
no, Nvidia was weird yesterday too, man. I think it's just so the overall like the way the setup is lately with the market. I think you could definitely see the difference in Atlas. Like yesterday, a Tesla, everything in Nvidia, everything was to the top. There was no buyers whatsoever, and still, it's just the collapse came. So it looked much weirder than it normally does. Marcus, I'm done for the day. What's for breakfast? Yeah, man. Keep it, keep it, keep it as the loss as small as possible. Absolutely.
there we
Why
go.
so
Come
Peter
on.
out of
Come
focus?
on.
He's out of focus. Oh yeah, Peter, what's up
Does
with
it
you?
keep?
You trying to hide? You
I don't
trying to
know.
do like one of those
No, no.
documentary videos where
The
you
camera
you
keeps going out of focus. I don't know why. So here,
if we make
oh,
it
here we go. Here we
darker,
go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, I'm gonna take a partial here just in case it bounces.
yeah.
Oof, there we
Peter for a
go.
minute looked like one of those people that gets interviewed for whistleblowing, and the thing is blurry and dark, and it's like I get the drama, but just don't put anything. Let the person talk. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
nice trade, Peter.
pretty,
Good stuff.
pretty
Good stuff.
awesome. Look at that
Yeah, look at
partial
the
right at the
volume.
bottom of the candle. I love it.
Yeah, nice, nice. And it
Okay.
looks like it wants to go
Now I hope
lower
it goes
too, man.
lower. I
Yeah, it looks
should
like
have.
it does.
Ugh, I should have added. I decided I was gonna wait. I'm gonna if I can hang into this all day. I'm gonna wait late for longer. But yeah, great. Just a nice stable trade. You notice the period between my partials is getting longer. 305 if you're new, yes. Yeah, I'm a cyclist. You got let's see if I can get the camera there. It's not going to
Dum-dum.
focus on that, but yeah. That's a Tour de France jersey behind me on the wall. I used to work for the company that's on the logo there, CSC Computer Sciences Corporation. So I got that. They gave that to me as a parting gift when I left. I worked in their Australian offices for a couple of years, and they gave that to me as a gift when I left. So it's signed by Carlos Sastre, who was the Tour de France winner that year. And since you're asking, hold on a sec. Let me get the thing. Where's the thing? Ah, it's glued on. Oh no, here it is. Here's here you go. I don't know if you can see that, but that's me in the corporate back in my executive days, hanging out with the Tour de France. Those are all the Tour de France team guys, Carlos himself and the guys in there
Is that
as they
Chris?
presented it to us.
The guy in the
So
white hat. Is that Chris Froome?
no, that's
Oh, it looks like him. It's not him. Who's the guy in
I
the
don't
white
think
hat?
so.
Oh, okay.
Could be. honestly don't
It
know.
looks
But
like
anyways,
Chris.
there
Yeah.
was the team presenting it to me. So out in Albert Park in Melbourne. Sure. So
Nice.
good times, good old corporate days, lots of fun.
Cool deep. Doors open on Friday. Noted. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube as this market seems like it wants to collapse and go lower. And I just
Yeah.
don't have anything
Well,
that
oh,
I can trade.
we're
But
going lower.
yes,
Oh
look
my
at
God. Keep going. What
look
a
at
day.
Nvidia as well. Tesla in the red. MU down. Everything down, down, down. PLTR down. How about you
Uh,
guys? What did you guys trade? You guys join Peter's AMD, or are you in something else short still? Like, what are you guys in this morning? Uh, Yo, man, we actually talked about that the other day. So we are I switched to tier. So we are tier. Tier is cheaper. If you start trading huge size, then fix is better.
yeah.
But
Oh,
per share is much cheaper.
oh, baby. What a day.
Look at oh man, look at this. I'm
Now
not
I
in
gotta do
anything.
I gotta do
You gotta do the Andrew. Do the Andrew.
the Andrew Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Woo.
my goodness, I'm not in anything. It's just dropping, dropping, dropping. Our man, yes, he is. Uh,
Awesome.
Short Google, I see. Short Nvidia, short AMD here again. Very nice. DVLT, JDrex. What do you got going on here? DVLT. I think you mentioned this earlier. I meant to pull it up, but I didn't see it. DVLT. Oh, if I could type DVLT.
Wow, I
Okay,
can't
lower
believe we're
price
getting
stock.
sort of a third big down day here on AMD. It's been a couple of days that it's really been moving, and
Yeah, yep, yep.
it's yesterday was a huge one. I was not on for that move. Another day here. It's really now the risk is if you look at AMD on the daily, the risk is we're in this big gap area, and it's a huge gap. Like the bottom of this gap is like 170. Even if you go to the top of the previous, it's like 186-ish. So there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room on the downside here. Oh, let's show you the daily that I'm looking at. Look at this chart. Look at this big gap here. Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
there's a lot of empty space in here for this stock to drop. So we'll see where we go. But
Mm.
what what a trade.
It's all Nvidia's fault. Nvidia's fault that this is happening. They had to blow it out the park, and they didn't. And now all
It's all
the world is
yeah,
collapsing.
well, yeah.
Oh man. Tesla. Yeah, same thing with Tesla. Yep, yep. All right, here we go. Plenty of time, guys. We're not even an hour in yet, so plenty of times. Obviously for me, since I only trade the morning, uh, the time to take more opportunities will diminish. The chances to have more opportunities show up will diminish as we move forward. But if you're trading all day, there's tons of times. Who knows how this market is going to end? Will be interesting to see later at 4 o'clock where the SPY, where Tesla, where Nvidia, where AMD are going to be sitting at. So I'll be sure to come back in and check on that. And if you guys want to join us, we do this stuff. We're on all day long in our chat room. You can see here Andrew and Brian doing their thing, but we're on all day. So we will be talking shop all day, and I keep it on. I keep it on like a radar. Just keep it on there, and then come back in. What's going on? Check with the members. It's a lot of fun. So you definitely want to give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a try for a month. See if you enjoy it. I think you will, and come be part of the community if you are not already. Um,
I
wow, wow.
I think I'm gonna have to wear the super villain turtleneck more often, maybe.
Yeah. Get the
So
job
it's
done, right?
working for me. It's
I'm
working for me.
gonna have to get the leather jacket I have in the house. I'll bring that over and see if it gives us some luck here.
Hmm. Now I need one of
IMD.
those. Well, I got the stool here. I could do that. We got the hold on here. Don't supervillains always need that spinning chair, Carlos?
Yeah.
Where they can so you can do the entrance. So you got to come into the room and ask me a question so that I can just turn around.
On some 007, on
Yes.
some 007 stuff.
Hello. Welcome to my lair.
Oh
Yes.
boy. Lower. All right, let's do a poll today. We haven't done a poll in a while. Let's ask people, how are we ending the day? Lower or higher? How are we close? How can we ask that? Make a good question out of
I
it.
do. I do need a cat. I need a big furry cat. Anyways.
Dun, dun,
Oh my God,
mm.
this is great.
Everything in the red. AMD,
Yeah.
Nvidia, Tesla. Look at Tesla go now. Look at Tesla go. Wow, wow, wow. This is the same outcome I had on yesterday, where I got two quick stops, three quick
Yeah.
stops, and then it an hour later everything is down. Like this is the same movie, different day, same movie.
Does Atlas have replay? No, actually, yeah, that's a good question.
No,
No, there's no replay
I know
mode on
they Andy
Atlas.
said they're working on that so people can practice. So
It's
that'll be pretty cool.
it's hard. Yeah, a lot of I mean that's a really hard thing to do because of course Atlas doesn't display things that happened. It displays the things that could happen, right? Because it's volume,
Yeah,
it's volume as it exists at that moment, not volume that's executed. So typical market tools only record actual sales, right? Transactions. And what Atlas, just like level two, shows you are queued potential sales, not the actual sales. So, anyways, it's just, I mean, it's not like we can't save the data. It's just, again, most market tools aren't structured that way.
yeah. It'll
People are
require
asking
some
about my
save
1030. Yeah,
data. Yeah.
1030 is 1030 is where I normally see market reversals, and I'm looking for that today. We'll see. I mean, obviously the general trend has been downwards so far this morning. So if we get a reversal, it would likely be to the top side. But like as Carlos was pointing out, I've got the cues and the SPY here on my screen as well, and it's been pretty. It's been down, but not cleanly, right? It's been pretty choppy. So I don't know what change of sentiment we're going to get in this market. We could continue lower. I think we're actually going to chop largely sideways. I didn't, from the beginning, I've told you guys, I don't think we're going to see a huge movement today. I feel lucky that I managed to get a hold of this AMD trade. Some days you just pick the right horse. A lot of days I'm sitting on the sidelines watching, right? And I'm like, I picked the wrong stock today. I got lucky and got it right. So, um, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, again, 10:30's. It's not like 10:30 on the dot. 10:30 means anywhere from 10:15 to 11, roughly, right? We can sometimes see that change of direction. And again, I don't know. It doesn't happen every day, but it happens many days. So.
Yeah, friends, I do have Apple on the screen here, and yeah, it's one of the few that is actually going northeast. So Apple doing well, actually up 1.5, 9.5 million shares traded. Google same thing. Google's still green. They drop a little bit, but it's still green on the day. And yeah, Google's. I'm telling you, Google wants to be strong, man. Google wants to be up here, hitting all-time highs, continue to break, and but this madness
Mhm.
of the overall market is just pulling it back,
Goo-
right? I mean, that's that's struggling. So,
Yeah, Google was absolutely going the other way, hasn't it, for the last couple of
oh
days
yeah,
compared to
yeah,
most things. Like again, it was at all-time highs yesterday. It's sold off, like it couldn't resist the force of the market, but it started at that all-time high, and it's still in that territory. I mean, right now, despite it moving largely sideways today, the price action is still well above anywhere it's ever traded before this, like this week. So, we're if you're a shareholder in Google, you're still loving it, absolutely loving it.
Yeah, Homer,
All
we're
right.
thinking the same. When I was thinking of it's a lot, I'm thinking like it's has a lot to do as far as someone as a user, right? Then knowing what to actually record is not the easiest thing. All right,
Maybe
coming up
I
at
should have
10:30. We're getting a little bit of a bounce on
should
some of these tickers, but might not be long lived. So I
should have gone and bought that car. Clearly.
think there's more red to come. All right, let's. Starbucks
Oh.
looks great, really. Starbucks. Ah, yeah, Starbucks doing well. Market's falling apart. People are still buying coffee. Let's do it.
They need more coffee to
We need
cope.
more caffeine to cope with the stress.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't.
think that's a good
I'm.
mix, but
That's like drinking heavier
ah,
when things get bad.
yes, yes, yes. So yeah, yeah. Usually reversals, them around this time. Um, you start seeing that, but again, it just depends. I mean, um, I did not think we are gonna have another sell-off type day. I mean, we're really not having a sell-off type day. I mean, if you look at the SPY, we had the sell-off
No,
yesterday, right? This is a drop in the bucket of what's happening, right, compared to yesterday. Once we start losing some of this ground here, and then we start going into like 645, 640, then yeah, start expecting some madness to happen here. But right now, this
oh,
is what happened, and let's see if let's see what the market wants to do. But it's we're struggling because last time we did this, we had a nice gap up, at least kind
eight
of slowed down the
dollars,
pain. So let's see here.
$8. Oh my God, this is awesome. I'm
Nvidia,
so excited.
Nvidia,
No,
Nvidia's
no,
showing you,
AMD. Well,
hey,
AMD for me, but
oh yeah, yeah, AMD, yeah, yeah. AMD's
great.
showing you like, hey, remember me? I'm your best friend.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Yeah,
forget about me, buddy.
it's getting you back
It's
in the fold there.
I'm just
So,
looking at my, unrealized P&L and the difference. I am $8 to the good on this trade with an entry
mm-hmm.
average, well, an entry at
Oh,
205.76. Yeah, I'm over
wow.
$8 to the good
Look
on
at
this.
look at
That's
this,
a
the drop.
that's huge drop. It's great.
Yeah, look at the drop, guys. Now this is not normal. Stocks normally don't move like this. Not all
No.
of them. So this is definitely a special case here we're seeing in the overall market, which is fun. If you're able to get a great entry, you could ride this out. This is beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. And as you can see, Peter there with his AMD trade, looking
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah, I don't know about going green on this day, Mojito. I don't know. I don't know. It's Friday too, so as we get later in the day, it becomes a lot more difficult to turn this ship around. But it's early, still 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
Your 401k. No, don't look at your 401k. Only look at your 401k when the market hits all-time highs. Look at it then. Take a quick look at it. Then just don't look at it. Just keep putting money in. 401k, you're not worried about this. Um, keep buying. Keep buying. Increase the percentage 1% every year until you max it out. And yeah, just keep putting in. Keep putting in. So yeah, long term, you're not worried. Too late for what? For reversals, you're very early, and to join this short, we're probably too late. It depends for what you're asking on what you're in.
Yeah.
What are you too late
Yeah,
for?
exactly.
So
What What are you
Yeah,
asking?
you could be right on time, you could be early, or you could be really late. To join the shorts, yeah, it's kind of it's kind of riskier to join the shorts now. That party started a long time ago. It depends on your strategy. If you're looking to scalp and get a quick move, I think there's opportunities. Like AMD, for example, I think it can drop to 196, give you $1.50 easily. Not easily, but high potential for doing that. But I don't know. We're at a point where might have to survive a lot of pullbacks to be able to get something short here. So if that's not in my strategy for sure, if it's not in yours, there's a time we just kind of sit back and maybe wait for reversals. I think there'll be some reversal opportunities back to VWAP. I don't think we will stay here, but right now the sellers are in control. There's no question. As Nvidia makes a new low just now, dropping below that, and yeah, I gotta take a screenshot of all of this. This is just insane. So here's Tesla. Here's my Tesla from today. And I swear to you, I did the same thing on Nvidia yesterday or POTR. So on the second trade, the short stopped me out. I think POTR did the same thing, or Nvidia did the same thing. Retest like this spike here, and then from there, that's when it collapsed, right? So if we look at our, I have my other trade here. This software is really nice, guys. This is an Epic Share X. If you don't have it, so I use it for a couple of things. And you can see here, like you take a screenshot and it puts everything into a nice little folder, so you can always go back and look at it. So I take a screenshot of all my shares and I can of my trades, and I can always review it later. So here it is. Here's Nvidia yesterday. I mean, if you look at this Nvidia and you look at this one here, it's identical. Identical. Long for the breakout. I mean, I can't tell the difference. Long for the breakout in Tesla. Failed. Okay, beautiful VWAP breakdown. Went short, got stopped out. Yesterday, long for the breakout in NVIDIA. Got stopped out. Went short after the VWAP breakdown. Took a partial here and then got stopped out. Look at that. Retested the VWAP and then the collapse. Oh, not showing the right screen. Right here. Retested the VWAP. All right. Short, partial, breakout even, retested the VWAP, and then the big collapse there. And then today, same thing. In this case, got stopped out, retest of the VWAP, and then the collapse. So it's a very, very similar movie that we are seeing here today. So yeah, but Sheer X, I do like it. It's the software. In case you want a screenshot, software is pretty neat.
Oh baby.
Tesla lower. Tesla lower.
Tesla.
I don't have any. I just left the normal values. What I don't do, the most important thing, I don't do anchored.
Tesla lower.
So I don't do anchor VWAP. So it's unanchored. So I got no data on it. So I just leave it the way it is. I know you can select. Andrew was talking about this the other day. You can select whether you want to have pre-market data or not. They're both slightly different. I have it without the pre-market data. So, that's what I use. But there's no real value on it. The best stock has been Ross ROST.
Really?
Well, it depends on the trade. You trade this one, Demi? Yeah, it definitely has been green, up 6.3. As far as percentage, anything green in this environment is says a lot about that company. Apple green right now, 1.3. Good shares. And Google again. Google's up. It's losing ground now, making a new low. But Google's still up 2%. It was up even higher, as high as 302 today. And look at that, new low on Google. Eventually, things fall to the will of the market. Look at PLTR. Wow,
yeah,
this is
PLTR
just
is really sold off here too, hasn't it?
This is just
CRWV,
great.
another one that's just sold off
Yeah.
pretty much all day. So
Vexcam, I would sit on, if you're in the shore, you got a good cushion. Yeah, I will sit on it as long as I can because we saw what happened yesterday. We had a nice drop. So yeah, take advantage, um of it because right now things look weaker as the SPY and the Qs are making a new low. So is this the bubble? Is this the bubble
is
beginning
this
of the
the
bubble
bubble?
bursting?
That's what everybody wants to know, isn't
Is
it?
this it? Are we in it? Are we
Yeah.
in? Let's ask the people. Let's ask the people. Let's see what we
Let's
gotta do here.
ask the people.
I still gotta pull in, so we'll go here.
Wow.
How's
So we didn't
Bitcoin?
get
Is Bitcoin holding or?
so far we haven't got any real change of momentum. The market seems to just be accelerating, in fact, to the downside here. So
Yeah. When do we start panic selling? Are we
yeah,
there
it's
yet?
gonna get close. It's got to be close.
Yes.
I mean, we're not quite there yet, but
Stravan Saxitam says, I don't know, man. You tell me. Well, I have no idea, man. We're not analysts. We're just like you here. We just
yeah,
got a mic and a
exactly.
camera. We're
What do you think
just
they're
like
paying
you.
us for? We
Yeah,
gotta
we got
we
a
gotta predict this stuff. We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
We
We don't
just got a
pretend to
mic
know.
and a camera. Um, that's it.
We
We
just
just
got
got
a
a mic and
mic,
a camera. You
a
could sit
mic, a
here.
camera, and a dream. That's
That's it.
us.
You could sit here and do this, man. It's we're just like you. We're in the same boat. All right, let's see. Let's see here.
Oh my God, $9, 9.50. Oh, what a day! What a day!
And what would it be? It'll be the AI bubble, right? I think that's the one that everybody's really concerned about. Um, let's see what you guys think. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. 359. We're close to that 400 mark. That is usually our baseline and our goal for the day before me and Peter hop off and hand it off to others. But yeah, hit that thumbs up. Really, really appreciate it. And let's see, is this the start?
We'd appreciate it.
This is the AI bubble bursting. Start of the AI bubble bursting. Let's see what you guys think. All right, I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say? I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna vote on, but I'm gonna put in
Yeah,
my vote.
don't
I don't
influence
want to
the
influence
don't influence
anybody.
the vote. Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. It's like when the politicians go vote for their own name, like the guy still takes the paper and hides it. Like, really? We know who he voted for. You're like, why? You can show it if you want. Who cares? Like, yeah, really? I don't know. Oh, maybe he didn't vote for his the people below him, right? Like there's other people that get used to a set of people. Maybe he didn't vote for certain people. Maybe you don't want to share that. Like actually could be a thing.
So, oh my! I just got a message from my son.
All right, so far, wow, it's pretty even. Pretty even. 54 no, 47 yes. Look at it live here as the votes are coming in. So pretty even so far right now. 78 votes. Let's see if we can get as much as possible. And see how people feel. What's the BBT chat YouTube sentiment on the AI bubble starting to burst? And see what we get here. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. how is Apple up? They got money. They got lots of money. So companies that got lots of money, eventually everything gives in. If we have a bubble, everything's gonna take a hit because of sentiment and everything else. But Apple's got lots of money. It could survive many recessions with all the cash they're sitting on. Selling you the same phone. Same phone. We'll say it to you again. Same phone. Change the camera, add a camera, take a camera off, change the new colors every year, and they'll they'll keep doing what they're doing, and it's working for them.
Okay.
It says my
Just
card
got a
start
message
dates
from.
before when I open my trading terminal account. What do you do? So in that case, email info at tradingterminal.com and let them know that, and they'll hook you up. They'll check it to make sure that everything matches. Go ahead, Peter.
Oh, I'm just getting a message from my son here. I sent him
Yeah.
a Christmas gift, and I had to order it out of the UK because he lives in Scotland, and I thought it would take a lot longer to get there. He just got it though, and
Mm.
uh, and it's funny that he's all excited. So it's so weird. It's hard. It's hard. I realize shipping Christmas stuff like internationally. You have to plan so far in advance. I'm not so good
Yeah,
at that.
it's such a pain. The forms and everything. Just get it there. Just get it there. But yeah, it's not as easy. Uh, uh, did you see? Yeah, it's funny. Apple's pushing updates to make our phones slower. Um, what I hear about the bubble is that I'll be happy to play the market down, but my portfolio will cry. Yeah, it'll cry for a little bit. For a little bit. We'll feel a little bit of pain for the greater good, you know, if it's long term.
Oh my God. I was over $10. Not, oh my God, Carlos. I don't know what to do now. I'm running out of shares. I want it actually to go up so I can add into this trade.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
by my rules, I only have one more partial. So like my next partial, I should get all out. So, once it hit
Take
$10, should I get all out at $10? I mean,
uh, I mean, put a just bring a
that's a
stop or
lot bigger move than I was expecting.
put a trading stop on it. But then it gets to the point where you have so many little shares that it's not worth you waiting. But you're here
Right.
anyways, right? So might as well watch it.
Exactly.
Now, if you're gonna leave, might as well take everything out, right? But you're here, so watch it.
Yeah.
But I guess to
I'm
a point
here.
where the
I'm gonna
number of
keep it.
shares, it just doesn't make sense even holding. Like even if
Yeah.
you get another $5, it's not worth you waiting that time to possibly lose $5. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets to that point when you have some
Yeah.
little bit left. Um,
Yeah.
unless you
Uh,
believe this is, the beginning of something bigger,
I mean,
buy some more and hold it overnight
I'm
till Monday.
nah, it's not worth it. I mean,
I'm so
I've
kidding.
got
That's not
like
good advice.
I've got I've got 20 shares left. But I mean, my 20 shares is worth
Yeah,
$200 here.
it's bringing up. Yeah, it's
You know,
the return of 20
it's
shares at that thing is the
yeah.
leverage is pretty pretty aggressive.
It's more. It's just it's just the fun of it right now. So
Yeah, like Andrew would say, just for fun to be part
just
of history.
just for fun. Yeah. Just to be
Scarfin
part of history.
USA, good to see you, man. AMD is what Peter is shorting right now. So Peter is
Yeah.
short AMD. Here's his trade. You can take a look at it on his screen there. Just really, really nice.
Yeah.
But again, it's still 1044. Look at
I
Tesla bouncing. It might not be
I've
worth
been
holding on to this, Peter. 20 shares.
Yeah, Ben
But
saying why not add a couple of shares on the pullbacks? Because I don't want to get stopped out, so I'm waiting for a bigger pullback. I'm thinking that if I'm
mm-hmm.
here all day, I'm gonna wait all day. So really, my theory at this point is I'm waiting for a pullback up to VWAP again,
Yeah.
and then I would take it short if I start to see it drop. And it just hasn't got there, right? Because I mean, these little pullbacks, I didn't want to start risking my position size by bringing my stop. Because look at how far above, like my stop is basically at previous day close, right?
Yeah.
205.76.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
break even. So I got lots of room to play with it. So I figure if I'm
Yeah.
going to wait, I might as well wait, and then I can start adding bigger later in the day if it continues to show weakness.
Yeah. Agreed.
But that's, again, I don't know whether that's the right approach or not, but that's what I'm thinking.
Yep. What do we have here?
What am I thinking?
All right. Beautiful. Do I see any market maker action in this long red market? I don't know, man. I think these market makers, they're, you know,
I mean, they're
they're
always
doing
actively
things that we
doing.
will, I think we're always going to be a step behind them slightly, you know, even with their tech
Oh
and
yeah,
everything. I think we're
absolutely.
always going to be a step behind, and trying to figure out what they're doing is it's a losing game because you're probably not going to, you know, hit it on the spot. And I think even if you know what they're doing, like say you have a connection, you know what they're doing, you don't know what they're all doing, right? This could be just
Right.
this person. I'm sure this person's gonna talk to that person because they keep their stuff really tight. So it's a tough business. It's a tough business to try to figure out what those guys are doing. So for us here, it's just play, play the price action, play the technicals. Um, we know
Yeah,
that the
it's
market makers do
uh,
certain things, keep a price up, keep a price lower, join in on something, not share the positions eventually, but to try to figure it out is could mess with your trading. It really could.
I mean, I love my poker analogies, but like the poker analogies, the biggest poker players in the world, right? The Phil Ivies of the world, or Daniel Negreanu, or like everybody. If you're a poker fan, you know their style and you know how they play. Generally, doesn't mean you can beat them. So it's good to know
Yeah,
their
yeah,
style, but that doesn't
yeah.
that doesn't mean you can necessarily beat them at the table, because they know what they're doing, and they're just
They're better
generally a better
skilled,
poker player
right?
than
They're better
you.
skilled. Yeah.
So now, add on top of that, then the stock market, they also have another advantage. They've got more data than you do. The difference between poker and stock trading is everybody has the same information. I mean, they know their cards, you know your cards, but everybody knows what the cards are on the felt. In trading, it is not the same. Like, don't ever kid yourself. Wall Street knows more. They have more information at their fingertips. They have it faster, and that's their advantage. So, and they're going to
Hmm.
leverage it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Some of the market makers are losing money. Oh yeah, they lose money.
oh yeah,
They
they
just have
will.
enough to
I
go
mean,
around and survive a very long time. So,
I mean,
but yeah,
not
yeah,
on not an aggregate, right? Like, they might be losing money today or yesterday or whatever, but
right, right,
overall, they don't lose money overall, or you don't stay a market maker for very long.
right. Exactly, exactly.
Your
They might have a
sponsor
bad.
will
They
fire
might
you
have a
very
bad
quickly.
quarter. They might have a bad month,
Sure.
but overall, they're
Yeah.
they're up and up. It's just how good is it going to be? How good is the quarter going to be? Is the month or so going to be? But um,
Yeah.
it's really, they're hitting their numbers, their expectations, the percentages, the returns, and so forth. Thor is the one to ask about market makers. Yeah, Thor knows a couple of them. I think he knows a couple of them,
Yeah.
and again, I think even if you know, like you said it best, Peter, if you know how they play the game, doesn't mean you can beat them or get ahead of them because they're just that
Yeah.
skilled, right? So
And 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 generally, frankly, the way I mean, I look at my strategies. I am a trend reversal trader, and even whether frankly you're a trend continuation trader or a reversal trader, the reality is, I mean, the way I think that you should play, and the way most people play, is we're actually trying to figure out how to play with the market makers, right? Don't fight them, because they don't
hmm
care about us. I mean, you're just trying to ride their wave, really. Isn't that what we're doing? We're trying to figure out which way the stock is going. Like, the only way you beat a market maker is if you actually influence the stock to do something different. We're not trying to influence it to do something different. We're just trying to figure out which direction it's going and be along for the ride,
yeah,
right? Which means that, and maybe not an important distinction, but it might help you think about it. Again, we really aren't trying to beat them. We're trying to, join them. Because unless you're a really big dog player here with a lot of money that can, if you can single-handedly move Tesla or Nvidia or AMD, then oh my God, you're playing with hundreds of millions of dollars more than I am. So,
yeah, yeah.
by all means. But for the most part, yeah, we're just trying to figure out what they're doing essentially, and how to join them.
How was the market donor? I think we all at some point are market donors, especially starting out.
Mm.
Donate to the cause. Oh yeah, I think at first we all start there. Um, let's see here. Let's see. All right, we're getting a little bit of some love. Apple's still going strong, making a new high of the day here, slightly. Apple's still going strong. Nvidia bouncing a little bit here, seeing a little bit of strength. Tesla, same thing. Google. Oh, look at Google above the VWAP. Google. Okay. Darn, I missed that. I missed that entry. I wasn't watching
Mm.
it. I didn't have it up. Oh man.
Yeah. Google, yeah, Google just, I mean, it's not that far
Yeah.
above VWAP.
No, it's not. It's not. But if things are gonna be choppy after such a long run, I don't know if they're gonna how much continuation they have here. But again, this is a stock I believe is very strong, wants to be strong, and just the market keeps preventing it from going higher. So um,
Right.
let's see. Let's see here. Um, oh yeah, I don't like this. I do not like that. All right, so we
Mm.
got the breakout pullback. That would have been a confirmation candle. We would have been long there. Let's see what happens after this. Are we going for a different type of setup here? So
All right, we're almost at
let's see.
11 here. Still in, I don't know. I'm hesitant to add on these pullbacks. I always have added too early on the pullbacks. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
try and be patient today, and I'm going to add really late. So see if we can ride this all day and really make this a big trade.
Yeah. Did you add it? You
And
added on it?
no, I haven't yet. I said I'm gonna wait. I'm really gonna wait until because again, I hope to be in this when the closing bell rings. If I could be short in this when the closing bell rings with a bunch of ads, that would be a success. So that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
accomplish today. Um, and that means that I want to be patient on these ads, right? We're still only an hour and a half into the market. I've got another 5 hours to go here, so
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I gotta take
still
it
got
easy.
time. Still got time. Um, let's see how we make out here. So it failed. That would have been close. If I had a good entry, it would have been close to my stop. My stop would probably be somewhere. I probably no, that's too tight for Google. You got to give it more. 297.30. Uh, yeah, like 297.30. So let's see.
Are you considering it,
I'm
Carlos?
considering.
It's
Yeah, if
not
we get
too
back to
late.
two, no, yeah, but I want to see. Now I want to
I'm
see
not
another
seeing.
confirmation. Here.
Look at the Q and the SPY, so they're still below the VWAP. I mean, well, they're green on the SPY, red on the Qs. They don't look strong.
Yeah, they don't look strong.
So
Yeah, they don't look strong. So 298.50. I'll give it a shot because I could get in here, but let's see. All right, we are long
all right,
Google
this.
here. Long Google 298.50.
Oh, okay.
Let's
That
see if we can
didn't
get the
scare you, eh?
continuation. No, it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. But again, a lot of setup have been looking great. You're just not getting this right here, the continuation. So it looks like now we might get something. Our stop 297.30. And let's see if we can get 300 here. Let's see how this goes.
So yeah, Andrew is just and Brian are mentioning it's a week until they leave for Thailand. So Carlos,
Yeah, yeah, but I'm excited, man. Um,
good.
I'm excited. So I'm glad
Be an
I went
awesome
through
trip.
the paperwork and I'm going through all the stuff and I realized I almost bought the ticket to the wrong airport. It's not. I thought it was
Oh,
Bangkok. Yeah, I thought it was Bangkok these guys are going to,
yeah.
but it's not there. After
No,
looking at the recording,
no.
it's Kumu Sai, another airport, which is a lot
Oh,
tougher to
okay.
get to. Yeah, it's a lot tougher to get to
Yeah.
that airport. Bangkok,
Oh,
there's tons. I
okay.
got tons of flights to go to Bangkok. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
yeah.
it's so easy from here. But the other
Right.
one, not so much. It's like only one
Okay.
flight that goes from Hong Kong to there a day. I think it lands like a 7 at night. So it's a little bit tougher. But I'm excited now. Now it's been like an emotional roller coaster. So now it's closed. Now I'm like, all right, we're excited now. about this trip. Still gotta figure some stuff out, but yeah, looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. All right, let's see, 300. Google, give us 300, and I'll be a happy man. There it is. We'll take this partial there, 300 on Google for the VWAP breakout. Look at that, something that worked. Who would have knew the market still worked for me today? All right, let's see.
All right.
Okay. All right, a couple of minutes left, and we'll have Thor and Nathan coming on today. And how long is the flight? 16 hours. The first leg is 16 hours. 16 or 13 hours from here to Hong Kong. Yeah, it's around 16 hours. And then from Hong Kong, I gotta go to Kumosai, which is I think it's like 2.5 hours. Just a little bit over 2 hours. So the layover. The layover, we could either do 2 hours and leave that same evening, but the check-in is not until Sunday, or I can do 20 or the next day. There's only one flight out from Hong Kong to that airport, so it'll be the next day, 22 hours layover. So we can stay in Hong Kong and hang out there for the evening. So
I didn't actually. I was always looking for flights to. I mean, I'm not going, but I was just always. Oh, if I went, I was always looking for flights to Bangkok. I didn't even realize
it was. I'm glad I checked the doc. I'm like, let me check the presentation. Lenny put together a nice presentation. I'm like, wait a minute, and they're not close. Bangkok is like north. This thing is like a little island somewhere in the south, which looks beautiful. But I'm glad I double checked everything before pulling the trigger there.
How do you spell? What is this airport? I don't even.
USM. USM. Yeah, I was just looking it up last night.
Samui International Airport in Thailand. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I am married, so definitely not looking. And I don't think, from what I hear, that's probably not the place to go looking as much. You gotta be very careful what you're looking for there, right? You gotta be very, very careful. But no, man, I'm good.
Oh, look at the cost.
What happened?
No, I'm just looking at the cost of a flight to get
how
to that
much
airport.
is it for you? How much?
3,200 Canadian.
How much is that US?
That would be about $2,500 American.
Oh wow.
US.
Yeah, it's not that much for me.
That's the
That's
a
cheapest.
Lot. Well, there's only one option, and that's it. So,
where do you stop? Hong Kong?
Let's see. London to Bangkok, Bangkok to.
Oh, you're going the other way. You're going. Yeah, west is more expensive. If you I'm sorry, if you go east, it's more expensive, I think. You can't go west. I'm going west.
Bangkok. No, well, here's one through Hong Kong. Oh, it's a little cheaper actually. Sorry, $2,800. There was another option. This goes Ottawa, Toronto to Hong Kong. Probably be on that same flight with you because, well, he said there's only one a day.
I'm out of this thing. You know what? I'm leaving with a good note. I'm out of Apple. I made a little money. I'm happy for today. So from Hong Kong, from here, Peter, we got so many options. It's like $800 to Bangkok.
Oh, really?
It's like $800. Yeah, the cheapest flight is like $800. But to this other airport, it's like $1,400. But to Bangkok is super cheap.
So much more expensive. And the only option that goes through Hong Kong, Carlos, it says that the flight length 49 hours and 55 minutes. That's two whole days.
The travel, yeah.
That is crazy.
This is gonna be great, man. I'm looking forward to it
now. No, sir.
It should be awesome though.
Yeah. This is why I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah, I know you're not a plane guy. Thor doesn't like to be in plane for that long.
Nope.
You know what?
No, this is why the only other country I've been to is Canada, because that is as far as I'm willing to go on a plane, and I still need a plane for that. But no. Imagine, like, I flew into Newark a couple days ago, actually, Carlos, and There has never been a scarier roller coaster I have ever been on in my entire life. Like,
When did you come? When did you come here? When did you come here?
It was what is I flew through last weekend. I was in for a couple
Okay,
of
yeah.
days.
See, if you're in the East Coast, the last couple of days, the winds here, I'm telling you, I was telling my wife and my parents, I don't recall a fall winter type start that's been so windy. Forget the coast, so windy as this one. The winds have been unbelievable, I'm
Really?
telling you. Yeah, it's been so I've never
No,
seen it. It's
no,
been
I
so
mean
bad.
the pilot's like, "Hey, all right, we're gonna be taking off now. The comparison here is just imagine getting on a boat when you're in choppy water. It's gonna go up and then go
Yeah.
down and then go up and go." And I'm already like,
Yeah, it's been bad, man.
and I'm like, "Stop describing." Like we haven't
Yeah.
even taken off yet. And I'm just like,
Poor Thor, man.
I'm already there. You know what I mean? I'm
Nah,
like Dramamine. How many? Can I take 8 of these? Blah. Oh my God.
it's been bad, man. I like watching the airplanes. I go watch them, and you could see the pilots are earning their money during this time of the year, man.
Oh yeah.
They're earning
Oh,
they're
they're
coming in
amazing.
sideways, and they're just like up and down. I got a couple of videos. I just sit there recording them, like this is crazy, and they're earning their money, man. Autopilot's not doing all of that. They're in
You
there.
ever see the meme where it's like the Russian pilot and it's like needs more vodka? You ever see that like meme?
No.
It's
No,
if
no, I haven't
not, you
seen
have
that
to
one.
Google that. It's pretty
Okay.
hilarious, man. So now so always, Russian pilots, that's the main thing. They can land in these crazy conditions. So now we know
Yeah.
why.
There you go.
Friends, me and Peter are gonna get out of here. Have an amazing weekend. We'll leave you with two amazing gentlemen, Nathan and Thor.
Yes, indeed.
And
Thank
look at the
you.
votes. While we end up, the vote says it's very
Oh
half
yeah.
and half. 263 votes. 48 says yes, the AI bubble is bursting, and 52% say no. So awesome, friends.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll let you guys know how my AMD trade ends up on Monday, but for now, I'm still riding the wave. It's going great. So
You
Beautiful
know,
take
stuff,
care,
guys.
everybody.
Beautiful. Take care.
I think in order and hey guys, thank you so much for doing that. Everybody in YouTube land, yeah, hello. Had so much fun yesterday, having some big trades with you yesterday. I'm going to show you some trades here in a minute too from me, one winner and one loser. And of course, with me as always, the dean to my Sam is our man Nathan McConnell.
Going on?
Glad to have you with me, brother. Always
Yes,
kind
sir.
of to support the thing. So I want to comment on the AI kind of thing since that's kind of like the topic du jour. I think in order for there to be an AI bubble, for me personally, we would still need to have invented AI. I still don't think we actually have invented like artificial intelligence. I think we've still got some really cool, really complicated like heuristic models that really figure some stuff out. But when people are talking about AI, they're not really talking about like I think a lot of people when they think AI, they think artificial consciousness. You know what I mean? Like when you think about like Cyberdyne security systems that takes down like that takes down like all of that stuff, right? I think sometimes people think like AI, they're like for there to really be like a consciousness, like with awareness and the ability to truly perceive and stuff like that. I just don't think we're really near. I agree. We're not even into the quantum side of computing enough yet to really get into that kind of, big stuff. So are we bursting an AI bubble? I would say we have not really actually found AI, but are we bursting whatever bubble this is? I don't know. Maybe. What do you think, Nathan? Do you even care about computers, or do we just play with superchargers all day?
You know me and computers, man. I have a hate, sometimes okay with hate relationship with computers. Oh my God, this thing. What is it going on?
Could one not argue that the hype is as we have gotten to AGI, while the actual value is we have gotten really good LLMs and models for image? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Let me reshare my screen because I don't think we're getting the share
No,
quality.
it's working. It's working. I just got to
Oh, is
bring
it
it up
working?
for you. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, give me
Okay.
a sec.
Let me do that. Get out of my way. Oh, hold on. This is on the wrong one. I don't know why this loaded the wrong screen. Hold on. Let me load my other one. Here we go. So,
I would almost rather AI come into play, at least on my computer, so it doesn't do all the things that kind of piss me off.
So check this out, Nathan. Look at this sweet meta trade I took today. So I didn't like any of the futures today. So nothing on futures were lined up for me well enough for me to take an entry. But we got some really nice call outs. I guess platinum silver started to call later. Oh, I didn't know there was an RTY call. That's nice.
I'd like to get it. I'd like it
Oh
to get back
yeah,
up there and
RTY is
reoffer.
lovely. It's still buying too much though.
Yeah,
See, that's we're still buying.
BS detector.
So we got this meta call, and I was on with Peak Capital this morning, and we got this meta call. So when we got the meta call, I went ahead and wanted to look for an entry because we called right here on this candle. So I went ahead and drew my short-term trend in because this is what I've been using for my entry signal, right? And we went there and we closed below it. So I went ahead and went short, threw my stop up above high of day, and we called it a day, right? So this one worked really nice. I also got a call on Apple, which I lost this one. So here is the meta trade. You can see it here because I took it in DOS. So you can see here on the meta trade. Yoink. You can see entry and then exit at S3. So we got us a full R3 to S3 today. But then you can see I tried Apple and I lost Apple, right? But basically the same thing. It offered R3. Now, Apple, in hindsight, look what it didn't do. Buying and selling detector. How I should have paid attention to thee more. Look at, I mean, our volume struggled, true, but we never started selling. So unfortunately, it just really wasn't, it was a good setup. It just really never started selling. So at least I know why it didn't work. But where meta was significantly cleaner. Ooh, we just got a Microsoft call. Near ATR low. Oh no, look how this thing is selling. So I wouldn't necessarily bounce this, but I don't know. We'll see what it does.
YM was a good one.
YM's a good call. It's just gotten stuck under R3. And again, it kind of like the same. It actually looks like it's selling though. I really think YM's going to be it today. I think if you're going to play a future, I'd probably prefer to play YM or, the related micro. MYM. MYM.
Mine. Yeah.
Mine. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Don't forget, by the way, if you haven't had a chance, thumbs up, like, subscribes. You know how this works. But yeah, I'm watching, I think YM's in a fun spot. I think R2Y actually has a nice call.
Yeah, I know. I've just been watching them buy and sell, and I'm wondering what happens on this reoffer.
I mean, it's a really obvious spot where you would get out. I like that. I mean, this lower, wider range is perfect for this play on RTY. We're still on the buy side, but we're reoffering kind of this is like our exhaustion point, like where we get too much up. And it seems pretty weak. So we can put a short-term trend on this shoulder, and if we lose it, maybe we can give a shot on RTY. Right now, we're still a little bit strong on the price, but oh yeah, there we go.
It's been really choppy today, man. Just sweeping really outside levels. Just sweep.
Let's see if we can if we can see this thing start selling. We might be able to have some fun with this one. It's in a great spot for this. We've had all day to start buying. We haven't. We've just been weekly offering. It just feels like a value offer. We just don't have sellers. That's our problem. It's not that we're not going down because we're not finding enough sellers that are willing to sell right now. But I mean, we're in a great spot. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, look there, we closed under the short-term trend here. So let's keep an eye on this thing. This is a really nice one. I mean, if you went short here, I mean, because we are starting to sell back down. So our VPA is consistent with distribution right now. So this looks like we're going to start selling to me. We're in a lower, wider range at R3 in the entry location.
Yeah, that was a big sell hit right there.
I mean, this is nice. We lost the short-term uptrend. So that's a good spot.
I would like it to get higher up to that like 2340. There's a nice big order up there. And
I don't think we've got enough buy
there.
volume to go through the order. So maybe that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to capitulate in front of the order. Ooh.
That would be fine too.
There's some volume right now. Look at how dark this candle's getting on the ghost candles.
Oh yeah, you should have seen the sell volume come through on that 1 minute low.
Look at that. That drove us. That drove the BSD down.
I know it's setting up.
This is looking very nice for a short. If we move much lower than this and we see a confirmation, I think confirmation of selling would be a movement back below -10. Because this looks like when we're I mean, you can see we've gone as low as like -60 and not actually sold. So, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see if we can kick this thing in. Even there, that sell was a lot of volume, but it was quite well absorbed. Ideally, your stop will be up above this here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to get it, but right now your stop could just be above R3. If it goes through R3, it's wrong. Even if it's right, it'll be wrong, and then it'll be, you know, it'll make a new high. So you'll have to widen your trend and then use the trend for a new entry. Like just get stopped out at the high. Why, you know, like, so for instance, if this goes up and makes a new high of day, then you can widen your trend to that and then now use that break instead.
See what this offer is.
So we just made a new high, right? So you could readjust this now for here. Right? So if this comes and it breaks this wider trend here, right? You could get yourself in right there. Right. So right now, you know, we're still just a little bit. Look, this offer, look how fast we're pushing, but look, we're not really getting a lot of buying here.
Yeah.
This is a very weak push. So we have an isolated pivot here. We're having an offer here. Let's see how that, if this closes with a high side wick and then offers the bid and breaks trend, this short-term trend, that could be very powerful. Let's see what's in the way on the long term, right? There's got to be something a little bit bigger that we're getting. Why are we on a 5 minute right now on this one? What is going? Oh, I see what happened. I flipped my charts around. Okay, so this should be a 1 minute. Thank you. That's better. And you should be a 4 hour, which you are. Okay, yeah. All right, fixed. Let's get rid of you real quick. You, and you. We don't need you anymore. All right, so that's fun. I mean, we are so under right now. Right, so we don't have a lot to come. We don't have a lot of support under us right now as far as trends go. So we are in a downtrend. Right, so you can see we gave this really big sell. So basically, it kind of feels like we're doing a value offering right now. You know what I mean? Like we're pulling back up into this candle because we sold so hard yesterday. We're kind of like squeezing back into this. Right. So, but you could maybe use the downside part of this channel, you know, which could be a thing. Come up in here and then go through here. And you can see it's a widening channel. Right. So we're a long way away from these. Right. So you could maybe use this one like that. But I mean, we're starting to grasp here. You know what I mean? Or, on some, slightly different stuff here. But I mean, you could probably come into here and look at that, or see you've got this downside here that does come in. Gosh, grab it like that. But this, again, is getting really, really overcomplicated to get to these. So what I really think we're doing is I think this is a level play right now. I think we're out of trend. Our trend's way up here. Our channel's way down here. So we're offering a level. And look at this low right here. We went through it with low and we responded by buying. So I actually think it's more about this guy right there. Right? You can see where this wick tested it, and now we're at it right here. We come in and look where this all falls in. Right?
Yeah, I want to see if we just grab this liquidity and then sell right off of it.
I mean,
Big
YM's in a
absorption
great
right here.
spot too. I mean, everything's in a great spot.
Nice big topping
it's
candle.
just not happening right now.
Moment of truth. Let's go. It's 40.
Strong.
Some absorption there.
Oh, Tim, you did that. You tried the meta? It was pretty, wasn't it? Let's talk about that, Tim. I want to talk about this a little bit, Tim. So I want to show you something. Look. So this is my Apple trade. I had 2 calls today that I took. Look, this is my Apple one. Look, what happened to it, Tim? I lost it. Right? Right? Now, here's the meta one. Both trades taken exactly the same way, both with an incredibly similar signal, right? Meta may be selling better than Apple, right? Same entry off of a trend failure the same way at the R3. One did not work. One of them went from R3 to S3, right? If you're not willing to lose, you will never win. You know what I mean? You have to just be okay with losing. And everyone in the channel, I really want to make this very, very abundantly clear to everybody. You're a loser. You are a professional loser. It is your job to lose for a living. Right? Because stock trading as a retail participant is an attritional battle, right? It's a battle of giving little amounts back and then getting big amounts when you win, but you're gonna win less than you're going to lose. You're gonna lose more often. The vast majority is gonna come from the vast minority. This is Pareto principle stuff, right? But it's best loser wins. You are a loser. So just love it. Love being a loser. Love being the loser you are. You know what I mean? Be secure in that. You know what I mean? So because what's going to happen, Tim, is if you're a trader, and this is for everybody out here, I closed out P Capital this week with this kind of statement, right? Ha! If you're a loser, don't forget to hit that like button, right? Losers like their YouTube channels, just saying. I closed out P Capital with this, right? Which was this same kind of a concept. right? That you have to be good at losing. The best loser is going to be the person who's going to do this. You're going to have all of these small losses. And if you can conquer the attritional battle, then you will have an opportunity to have trades like the trades we had yesterday, right? You have to be willing to lose in order to have big trades, right? And if you can, and you can lose 6 or 7 times if you're going to hit a 20-yard trade, and you're still going to be looking pretty good. But what happens is most of us, and this is what I was saying in Peak Capital. Soapbox for a moment. Sorry, Nathan.
No worries.
One of the things that we say in Peak Capital, right, is that oh crap. ADHD just totally, I was starting to read comments at the same time. Love being a loser is great. It's true. My ADHD just kicked in. We were talking about loving your losers. Shoot. Dang it. ADHD is real, Nathan. It's so bad. You're talking about Pareto principle. You're going to lose more than you're going to win. Dang it. I had a really good soapbox going. But we'll get back to it in a minute. I'm sure it'll come back to me. So, if you're afraid to lose, you're never going to win. No, exactly. Do not love winning or losing. Well, you should be indifferent, right, Zeus? You should be. One of the things we talk about or work on is redefining what it is to be a green day. Right? A green day. Oh, thank you, Tim. You reminded me of what I was going to say. So what I was saying to the guys in Peak, right, is what I was saying to them is that they, if you are flat in the market right now and you are not making money, that means you're a good trader. Right? If you were bad at this, you'd be losing money. Most traders do, in fact, learn everything they know to make money in the retail market within 2 to 3 years. The reason why they are not successful is because of behavioral slippage. Behavioral slippage is not the money you lose, it's the money you never make. Right? It's what you just did right there. It's I cut the one that was going to work, even though I knew it was an A+ trade. I just got rid of it anyway. Right? That's why you're not succeeding. It has nothing to do with your ability. You already know by looking at your trade, you're absolutely able to do it. Right? But you're not letting yourself. And you need to really figure that out because that's some self-sabotagey stuff going on there, man. Get out of your way and just give yourself permission, to go to it. You've got the sauce, you know what I mean? You're making it happen. You can see the trade. The behavioral slippage is what's keeping you there. And that's why most of our traders disappear. Most of our traders disappear from trading. Hey, Jamie, welcome. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Trucks. Most of our traders disappear not because they lose money. They disappear because they can't handle the stagnation. Right? Because it only takes 2 or 3 years to learn it. So they absolutely know how to trade. And it's so frustrating to sit here paying money, working your butt off day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, knowing that you know exactly what you need to do. Right? But you just can't do it. Right? You just can't do it. You can't hit the button when you're supposed to hit the button, even though you know you're supposed to frickin', do it. You know what I mean? So it's just like that. If you go back through time, you'll look at your P&L graphs and you'll look, if I took all of the trades that I was going to take and just left those alone and cut the ones I was supposed to cut, my P&L would be through the roof right now. Right? So, but that's the thing. Most people that have been in the market for 2 to 3 years, if you're flat, you're a good trader, but your behavior is likely what's holding you back. And you're looking for stuff in your computer. You're putting stuff on your screen. You're drawing new things on your screen. You're You're finding new indicators, which, new indicators help for certain parts of the process, efficiency, those kind of things, right? But if you're 3 years in, 4 years in, and you're still looking for that thing, but you're flat, what might be going on is you need to kind of turn the search backwards and figure out what you're doing. Maybe one thing a lot of you do that you're not aware of is you'll notice as you go through your P&L, you have one green trade. Every time you win, it's one trade. Every time you lose, there's 2 to 3 to 4 trades. Right? So you're naturally losing the attritional battle right out the gate, right? In your own behavioral habits, right? When you win, you stop. When you lose, you keep going. You should invert that. Every time you've had your first trade's a loser, stop trading. Then whenever you win, take another trade, right? But we like to fight. We like to struggle. You know what I mean? And that other way is actually too fun and too easy. It's kind of like the Matrix, Nathan. They said they lost like all the like first crop of people because they gave them like a utopia, and they just couldn't handle like how like unstress free. So they lost total crops. They ended up putting them into a different Matrix that was like sucked, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this is better. I like trouble, strife, and misery. This feels
It
more
seems
like
like it though, right? I mean, it does seem like it. We try to give them something happy and they hated it. Now they love it.
Yeah, I was looking back up at what Zeus was saying. Um, I think you and I are saying the same thing. So, but you're saying in here, like, you're kind of saying like, Thor, I do think you're great though, but it seems like you're saying something that I would be disagreeing with, but you're not. I don't think there's anyone who preaches process over profit more than I do. So maybe you're newer to the channel. But you should absolutely, but I think indifference on an actual objective is actually quite unreasonable. You know what I mean? But I mean, I do agree with you. We should love the process. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is to if you can redefine what it is to have a green day. You know what I mean? That's kind of the better way to think about it. You know what I mean? If you sat down, you took 1 or 2 trades and you took them the way you were supposed to, that's a winning day. As far as process goes. And then if you're not making money, you can actually look at what is wrong with your process. You know what I mean? But if you're having all the behavioral slippage, neither works. So I think I'm with you there, Zeus. I agree, man.
Zeus versus Thor, who would win?
It always feels good when your trade hits targets. You know what I mean? That's to say it doesn't feel good would be silly. You know what I mean? And this is the thing you have to really be in tune with, right? Because the winning can be just as detrimental for your next trade as losing, right? A lot of people, when they win, right, you get this big high from it. And then if you keep trading after you win, you lose. And so all of my big blowups, I don't know about you, Nathan, but all my big blowups were always when I was actually quite positive in my equity. Because I'd almost get too used to how good it feels to be winning. And then when I would get that negative input, it would almost like I'd overreact.
What's happening? I want that. I want the other thing. So how can I get that? Oh, I got it. Well, I got to keep trading. I got to win and get it back. And then I'll feel that way. But yeah, like the big trigger for me was for a while, you win, you get that trade and you're like, oh, I'm good. This is a great day. But then you want to take one more and you lose some of it. You're like, all right, well, I can get that back. And then you take another loss and then you're red and you're like, what just happened? Okay, well, I got to get back at least green, right? Or break even. And then that just spirals down to what did I just do and what just happened? Like I just had a great day and I just threw it away. Why? Why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the attachment to the feelings. When the attachment's too much to those feelings. You want to feel good that you're accomplished just like you would in any other profession, but you don't want that to be the reason you're trading and you're trading for a win. Like it's not because of the emotion and the adrenaline and the dopamine. It's it's got to be because you were successful, just like at any other job. You did a great job today. Awesome.
Yeah.
You feel good about that, but it shouldn't be, the whole thing.
Well, you kind of like imagine like your job is to go in and I used to think about this as an IT person, right? Like my job when I did IT was to make sure the phones worked, right? My job was not to make sure phone calls came into the phones, right? So if I sat there all day and was like really upset and someone's like, "Why are you upset?" And I'm like, "Well, nobody called in today." And you're like, "Well, is your job to generate phone calls?" And you're like, "No, no, 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 I maintain the phone systems." "Well, did the phone systems work today?" "Well, yeah, I did." And they're like, "Well, you should be like the only person in here that's having a good day right now. Like the salesperson who didn't make any money today, they should be upset. Like it was their job to make the phones ring." Right? So
Yeah.
so for me though, I know that, but that's kind of like trying when you're thinking about the market and trying to, predict what's going on and all those things. That's like trying to predict how many phone calls are going to come in. Like, but what you can do is make sure everything else is working and ready, and
Mhm.
then allow that to be what brings you gratification. Right. So, and I think that's that process over outcome kind of thing. And I do think that's generically, I think most of your successful traders that I know, it's not really an actual technical intelligence, it's emotional intelligence that I think is
Yeah.
really
Oh
what
yeah.
separates the wheat from the chaff when it comes to trading. I think it's people who can be self-reflective, people who, we just went to, what did we go? ATR high on RTY. We ran all the way to ATR high on that thing, and we just
Yeah.
wicked at
It's
it.
it's when I guess you even put it in a better terms. It's you followed your process and you were successful today. Yes, you should feel good about that. You followed your process and you managed risk and you didn't lose more than what you needed to or what you should have or what you planned to. It should be a similar feeling. It's the I followed the process is working. I feel good about that. But
Mhm.
it's when, maybe you took a little bit too much risk today, and so you're extra excited about that. Well, was that part of the process? Were you planning on taking extra risks, or did you
Yeah,
just do it
exactly.
just because? And then that made you excited. You're going to be chasing that. You're going to be chasing that feeling and think it's okay subconsciously to take more risk and just take more risk and more risk. And eventually it's going to hurt you. And then how are you going? How are you going to react to that when it doesn't work and it bites you in the ass?
Mm, that's so true. For new traders, we get into dilemma whether to stick with minimum trades or get more experience by taking more trades. How do we manage this? What do you recommend? Okay, so on that answer, let me all right, I'm gonna go outside of the trading world for an answer on this one, and I'm gonna go to my old private instructor. So what a lot of you don't know is a lot of my trading and what became good trading was behavioral stuff I learned from the performance aspect of being a classically trained musician, right? And I used to work with from the time I was I think I was like 11 years old, 12, and I was like 17 maybe. I had a private instructor teaching me music and concepts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to something my private instructor said on this, right? And that is that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So if you do not know what you are trying to do, I would not recommend practicing it. Right? So one of the major issues that I think many, every new trader makes when they start trading is they are ready to Super Mario Brothers the market. Right? You just want to get your hands on a computer. You want to see the red and the blue button up here, and you want to just start going bing, 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 and you just want to just start hitting and smashing buttons. Like you don't even know what the market is. You don't know how to manage risk. You don't know what patterns are. You don't know what volume is. You don't know what market making is. You don't know what theory is. You don't know what value is. You don't know how to read the order book. You don't even know what an order book is. I mean, you haven't even started to even think about what you don't know. And you're already trying to put together a strategy. You have expectations for making money. Like you've totally gotten into the business aspect of this. right? I mean, and you have no idea what the business even is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So for me, I would definitely say don't worry about hit trading and pushing buttons. The least amount of trading you can do, the better.
Yeah.
Right. And that will be indefinitely through the rest of your life. I can tell you, I have trained and worked with hundreds of traders, if not thousands of traders. I have perfectly mentored hundreds, right? And I can tell you, I have success stories from 50, 60, 100. I just don't have time to post my mentees and what they're doing and how well they're doing. I just don't care. It's just I'm not looking for publicity. I don't want social media. I don't share it on my Twitter, all of the success stories. I don't care. You'll find me. Like I have lots of people that are killing it right now, and they're just doing it because they're trading one trade a day, two trades a day. I don't have anyone or know anybody that I have ever worked with that actually manages to make money, real money, like other than maybe one or two incredibly unique people that and it's still hard for me to believe sometimes, but I don't have anybody in my circles that manages to survive commissions, right? Like even like you hear stuff about there about old moderators that used to be in here that were really options guys, but now you hear they're starting to trade futures because they can't handle the commissions off of all the options leverage, right? Like you're gonna do the most, you're gonna make the most money in the market when you do the least amount of work, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
you
minimize
know,
your risk and exposure
yeah.
for one. Emotional exposure. I mean, think of it that way. You
High
know,
frequency trading does not get it done. You know, it just doesn't. Like yesterday, I had my best trading day I've ever had. I took one full stop out. I took two trades and held both of those trades basically for the majority of the day's ATR. It was done. I mean, it was too fun. Man, are we getting close enough on ES or NQ to possibly do something with those? I mean,
that's what I'm hoping for.
I keep
RTY
hoping that
didn't
we're
really
gonna,
set up.
no, look, we just won't go. Like I can't, like I've been so upset with these today because we just can't get the ES and NQ into position. Like if the ES can get 10 points higher, 20 points higher, we might have something we can do with this thing today. Like I wouldn't mind shorting ATR high to see if we can sell off for the rest of the day. We're barely buying. I mean, geez, come on, give me something I can work with here. Perfect practice makes perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So imagine, Khalid, like going out to learn how to swing a golf club, right? Think about how complicated, and I'm saying this as someone who really sucks at golf, for the record. Um, Imagine how complicated that is. And then somebody says, hey, just get out there, grab the club. You've never seen someone swing something like before. Just take a couple whiffs at it and then let's go out and PGA. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get eaten alive. RTY is losing the uptrend again.
Yeah, I mean, the structure and stuff's pretty good, but it's just squeezing as the market goes up, just kind of following it.
We
And
do have the 4 hour, we're almost to the 4 hour downtrend on RTY, I just realized.
yeah, and I'm waiting for
There's
ES.
our downtrend. So we're almost right back to it. So we overshot the cam to go for the trend. But look, we're losing the short-term trend here now. Yep. I like that explanation, Guy. Guy Incognito. That's fun. Have you ever had a mentee that went from consistently winning but regularly throwing it all away and more than once or twice a month to being consistently profitable? Yes, absolutely, user. Absolutely. Actually, I would say many of the mentees that I have, when they come to me, that's one of the issues that they're having. I think that's an incredibly common issue. Is this, you could almost call it like so basically there's going to be two major things that are going to come by. So what user is asking, Lambos and Garbage Trucks member is, have you ever had a mentee that went from consistently winning but regularly throwing it all away and more once or twice a month to being consistently profitable? So when you're saying the randomly throwing it away, this is what I'm talking about. This is what stops most traders from succeeding. Almost every trader that's struggling right now is more or less doing something similar to this. Now, maybe not so much in like 1 or 2 days, but maybe in like the way they do their thing. Do you have private mentoring? Just go to my Instagram at Thor Young MA. And you'll be able to you can, there's a link on there for my private mentoring. What happens is people, you have this issue. This is we had one of the trading terminal people have this issue. They were like the top earner on trading terminal for over a month, and they looked amazing. Their trading was going well, and then in 2 days they liquidated the entire account. You know what I mean? And it was, but they're, it's this is the issue with being trading. Remember what I was saying a few minutes ago? If you were here, I was saying being a trader is literally being a professional loser. So if you can't handle the losing, get ready to not be a good trader. Right? Being a trader is being a professional loser. It's about controlling how much money you lose when you lose, so that when you win, you can outbalance it. Right? But if you ever mess up the winning, or if you don't honor the losing, you cannot win, period. You have to hold for targets. You have to cut your losers. You have to keep them small. You have to keep them concise, and you have to keep them less numerous than what your winners can outbalance. Any scenario where that doesn't exist, you cannot make money. So if you are green and you are flat, like I was saying before, I kind of insist that you're actually a really good trader, but you have likely a behavioral problem that is keeping you from getting, from being the trader you are meant to be. There is something getting in the way, and that's where having a coach is really, really beneficial. Someone especially that specializes in performance. If you find out like you're doing what you're doing, where you're constantly blowing up, like that, I would also like to say, like, is there one thing maybe we can talk about, user? Is there a possible correlation between the two? You said throwing it all away and like once or twice a month. You're winning, but regularly throwing it all away like once or twice a month. Is there something within this throwaway period that we can isolate? Right? Like you said a couple times a month. Okay, that's interesting. So
Is it the same time, same day of the week?
Right. Yeah. Is
time of the
there
month?
some personal thing that's happening in there? You know what I mean? What's going on? Does this correlate with maybe, some kind of a work thing that's happening? Is there some kind of thing going on in your personal life? Maybe you're getting, and I'm just spitballing out things that I've encountered with other people. Maybe in your personal relationship, for instance, maybe there's some pressure on you to perform. You know what I mean? So it's when you're getting near a certain period of time. You know what I mean? That, because the losing trade that kicks it off, but we're going to have losing trades all the time. So I think it's maybe more than the losing trade, right? Like, what is it? Like, let me ask you this then, maybe. Like, what is it about the losing trade that kicks it off? What goes through your mind? Like, what do you feel when you have that losing trade? Like, what's the first thought that comes through your mind when that losing trade hits? Who are you thinking about, and where and why and how?
Probably
Right? Like,
negative self-talk. Remember we had that conversation yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan and I were actually talking about this actual thing while I was
Inner
out for a
critic.
jog the other day. Your inner critic, right? Discomfort and pain and fear. I like that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. So I like the pain and the fear. So what's the fear? It's not fear of losing, right? Or the loss itself, right? We lose trades all the time. Selling on RTY, hitting right here after kind of reoffering the trend. We lose all the time, so it really shouldn't be the loss, right? But is there something else? So let me tell you about a scenario for me, maybe. Maybe I'll be a little bit more vulnerable with you guys than I like to be. I'll even adjust my seat a little bit. Many of you maybe new to the channel do not know my upbringing. I was a military brat and I grew up in the country. Because I grew up in the country, I grew up very alone. Right. And I don't mean it to be depressing. It just is what it is. Right. I didn't really have a lot of family around. My parents were very busy. My dad had two other sons from a different marriage. So he wasn't really focused in on me like that. My mom was professional and was did a lot of different things. So she had her focuses. I kind of just spent a lot of time doing my thing. You know what I mean? And this was the norm for me for the vast majority of my childhood. I then went on a little further and at Thor Young MA. I then went a little for my Insta. I went a little further down and I got into middle school and then high school. And I do know animals, it's true. And I never really gained any notable popularity per se. But I was always, oh my gosh, for the record, sorry, ADHD. Look at that beautiful wick right there to the pre-marked trend. Just seeing it do it one time, it's just always fun. So as I was sitting there, I never really gained like any overt popularity or any overt like skill. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I see this guy and this guy is a how do I say this right? Here's this guy that like didn't graduate college, ended up getting a technical degree, right? Worked mostly retail jobs, did mostly this different stuff, wasn't really overtly popular, didn't really have anything really that I felt like I was offering of value to the world. And then all of a sudden, fast forward, you know what I mean? And, if as of like a few years ago, it's like all of a sudden it's like I'm standing in the middle of this room and here's this guy who people want him to sign their this. And, he's teaching people how to make money and he has friends and people that care about him. But there's a part of you that feels like you're still that person. You know what I mean? Oh, we're getting in the spot. Yes, alert. All right,
The
let's switch gears.
imposter syndrome.
But then you got to realize, and this is the part of the thing that you're doing, is like you got to make sure, like, you're not holding yourself back, right? And not letting yourself go to where you're going because you still think you are who you were.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you got to give yourself permission, right? To just be who you can be. You know what I mean? And it can be like amazing.
And
If
like the
you
thing we talk about with trading all the time, trading's going to make you a better and different person. So
you
the
have to
person
be.
you are now, when you become successful for trading, is going to be a completely different person. So you're already going to be someone different.
And it's important to pay attention to what you've been doing and what your abilities are. This is true. right? But what's not but what's not important though, right, is for you to worry about who you were a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's a lot of the things that a lot of us you were doing, right? Is we're actually focused on who we were a month ago, right? Not who we are now or today. You know what I mean? So like stop worrying about like you saying every time this happens, this happens. Well, that doesn't have to be true now, right? Like stop focusing so much on what happened before. Like you are this person. You do know how to do this. You do have the ability to take these trades. You do have the ability to make the money and to be the person you think you are. In fact, the only person who's going to hold you back from those things is you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that you let those subconscious thoughts and subconscious inner critic and everything start to get a hold of your success, and it can make it difficult. I mean, I know that for a fact, for sure. You get that talk, you can't, you don't do something right, and then that critic kicks in telling you everything you're not, and this and that, and you just have to tell it, like literally just scream stop in your head.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to hear it. Like, stop. I don't believe it. So go away. If you're not going to be helpful, I don't want you.
Exactly. Like if you're not gonna do that, then
Oh, great job, Michael.
I'm
6
watching
degrees
ES now,
overnight.
buddy. I'm watching ES now. We got the alert. Well, we're not channeling Dr. V today. We're channeling Dr. V always. You know what I mean? Like the reality is, a lot of us have seen a big improvement in our trading mentality since Dr. V has become a part of BBT. And and that's one of the reasons why her and I are combining our mentoring groups together. So for anyone who's looking for direct mentoring, with somebody in a small group and some one-to-one stuff, Dr. V and I have our group mentoring situation. So check that out on my Instagram, obviously. So right now I'm watching ES right now. So right now we're still in the uptrend and we're still buying. So we're not a short yet, but we are in the right place. We're near ATR high and we're buying quite well into it. So we can't just make an assumption that this thing's a short here, obviously. But we look how we broke the downtrend and how we're squeezing. I mean, that's fun. So let's see what this does. But I like where we're at, and I certainly like the opportunity we have here to see if this thing sets up.
Yeah, it's a good spot too.
It's a great spot, but it's going to take a little time because we need to see this thing. It needs to lose the uptrend and it needs to start selling. So we need some good signals here.
What is buying up? Is there anything that's running right? Oh, yeah, everything looks like Nvidia, Tesla, Meta.
Our volume's diverging quite a bit right now as we're trying to
Yeah,
push.
NQ is really struggling. It's not getting quite the squeeze that ES is at the moment.
Nope. So we're gonna open the doors on the 1st. So there is no queue. Once we open the doors, that'll be it. So it'll be a party.
It'll be like Jingle All the Way. Have you seen that movie where he goes to the store to they
Oh
have
my
like
God. Yeah, that's Tom Arnold and like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that.
yeah.
That's a good
I know
movie.
what's his name that had passed away? I forgot. He was on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, that's a great
Nope.
movie.
Yeah, no limitation on spots. This is gonna be small group. Sinbad.
Oh yeah, Sinbad is in that one.
Sinbad was in that. Oh my
Except
goodness.
for in my universe, it was Shaq.
Oh, that's right. That's true. It
Yeah.
was Shazam.
But in my
That's like
universe,
that's
Shaq
like
was
one of
in
those
Jingle All the
those
Way, and
the
Sinbad
Mandela
was in
thing or whatever, like right
yeah.
with the whole Shazam and the dude, it was totally Shaq. And then they're like, no, it was Sinbad. And you're like, no, I remember that being Shaq. You're like, no, it was Nelson Mandela.
That's who I remember as Shazam was Nelson Mandela for sure. Nice big anomaly here on RTY though, right at R4.
Look
See what
at
happens with
us,
you.
we're pushing on ES. Look at the BS detector. We're totally
Oh
diverging
yeah,
here.
there we go. Okay, that's what we were waiting for.
I got a really nice R3 short on Meta. I haven't taken any futures trades today, but that might change here in a minute.
That's that absorption right there happening. Real nice. You see how that changed? What was it, like 30 something? And now look how it's flipped. 43. I got up to 43.
We're just watching, but look at the struggle. That's pretty.
Of course, it has to do it like the last couple minutes we're on. It has to get up there.
I know. This is like when it could be fun. It's like, come on, guys.
Hey, NVIDIA last Friday. We got that one for you guys, so
So good.
sees a push up into liquidity and a nice big topping tail with some volume and then flush hard.
Yeah, I'm looking for that big trend break with some good sell volume on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you should
The
see
other
that
question is
absorption and then
if, if we could still be a little bullish. So
well, if we get that big absorption right through here though, that'll flip the rolling right to negative.
Still buying. But it's really struggling, but we're still pushing. We're almost to ATR high.
Yeah, this is where you just watch, if this is when Thor talks about his book about the where. This is just the where. Now everything else, the when and how have to start forming out. Which this is why this kind of trading to me is the best way to trade, because you have to be patient. You have to watch, you have to take in everything, and it gives you so many opportunities to kind of analyze price action and what's going on. Now it hit there and we're picking up a little bit of buying, getting a little bit over. So, it's just not, as soon as it hits the cam, you go short.
Yeah, look how we're buying
Yeah.
here, but it got stuffed. So, but still not a sell signal.
It could be a trap though. They could be trapping buyers right here.
Well, the
We just
thing
have to let it play out.
they're gonna let NQ get into position too, right? Like NQ needs to go a little higher. So I think they're hanging out and letting NQ get its chance. R3 and ATR high on NQ is way up here.
Yeah, and 6630 is a good area for SPX. That would be about another 10 points. So that would be right up at monthly S4 for ES, and then NQ hits R3. Those are some good spots right there.
So coffee sludge. I'm not a momentum trader. I'm a range trader. Right. So when we're using this, when I'm talking about this, I get that it's going up, but it has to go up so that it can get where I want it to be so it can go down. Right. And I like playing elevators, not stairs. Right. So because we're in a selling range and it's more of a distributionary cycle right now, I would rather play the movements to the downside than the long, arduous trip to the top side, even if it is actually going up. Right. So I will wait till this gets up to here because I believe the movement from R3 down to S3 will happen. And if it does, that movement will be very quick. Where this movement up, although this was more of a move than I expected, I didn't think we were going to go all the way down to here and then offer back up. So, but I'm just watching it to see if it gets into a spot that works for me. You know what I mean? If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just won't do it. I just won't like it. Ooh, Amazon called.
Now, the higher it goes, the better entry you're going to get too. So, if you're waiting for it and getting impatient, just also think, okay, well, doesn't matter. I can get a better entry now. Get a much better trade.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to have this. Everything's going to get in the right spot, but we've got to go, everybody. So I hope you all have a great rest of your trading day. I hope you've had a great trading week. We really appreciate you all. Please always make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see
have a great
you
weekend, guys.
on Monday. Keep it green.
See ya.